All right, we are live. Let me get the studio pulled up here as people start filtering in. Went live a couple minutes early, so people will be showing up here. We got, oh hey, we got Amias. Haven't heard much about these games. Excited for the stream? Yeah, I'm going to be giving my thoughts for sure on stuff. Perfy. Perfy. Hey Perfy, how's it going? I'm your biggest fan too, bud. Oh, and your Infinity Puddle. Oh, okay. Now it all makes sense. How's it going, everyone? How is your night going today? I hope you have had a good time over this weekend, all these streams. I know a few of you have been tuning in every night, which has been super cool. I wish I could stream more often. I wish I could like stream, I don't know, all the time, because it'd be really fun just to get an audience of regular people every night hanging out. It'd be a lot of fun. But unfortunately, that's it's a little tough to do with the schedule right now. Wednesday, how's it going? Wednesday, of course, a regular as well. We, as you all know from the title of the video, tonight we are doing an Upper Decker live, which is obviously a first for YouTube. Or at least maybe the only one that'll be up for a little bit. No, we're opening two Upper Deck TCGs. We've got Rush of Ikorr and we've got Neopets. I've got some boxes of product that were sent to me by the company. And I also have a few of the items out here right now. I did zoom out the camera a little bit as well. It's not perfect, but we're just going to roll with it today. But I have a few items from Gen Con as well that will be cracking open, and we'll talk about things, because I think there's going to be a lot to talk about today. These are obviously, like Amias mentioned, these aren't necessarily games that people have heard a ton about, know much about. Upper Deck. Upper Deck's done TCGs in the past. For people who are really in the know, you know that Upper Deck actually initially was handling Yu-Gi-Oh! In North America many, many years ago when it first launched. Upper Deck has had Versus System was their biggest, I think their most successful game, TCG that they've ever had, I should say. Card Game Crypt, yo, welcome. What UR infusion will we find? Great question. Yeah, Upper Deck has like a storied history, I guess, maybe is the polite way to say it, with TCGs. We're gonna give kind of our full thoughts, positives, criticisms, all that kind of stuff. Satonis has very mixed feelings about the infusion business. Oh man, there's a box I don't have in here right now it would be really relevant to this conversation if I had it in here, from some stuff I got from Gen Con. But I'll just talk about it when it comes up. Yeah, I totally understand that, Satonis. I totally do. But for people who want to see the Rush of Icore stuff, I think we're going to do Neopets first. There's a fly in here, or a bug of some kind. What the? Ah. What the? Wild. Okay, not my studio. Yeah, infusions are interesting. We'll be talking about those. I'll probably get distracted by that bug again at some point. It was really slow moving. I should have been able to get it. Okay, anyway. But Rush of Ikorr, you can save that for a little bit. We will definitely go deep into Rush of Ikorr later. You can see my my technically unopened Maya starter deck that, look, I had to really jam things in my suitcase to get it home from Gen Con. So this one took a little bit of battle damage. Neopets just announced a huge limited list after a lockout deck dominated Gen Con. Yeah. Did we talk about that, Card Game Crypt, when we met at Gen Con? I definitely heard about that from someone. I think that might have been from you at Gen Con. Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk about that. I'm obviously not like deep in the know about Neopets metagame. or anything, but we'll talk about that and Upper Deck and everything. It'll be a discussion. All right, but let me show you what we got. So I definitely expect this stream to be a pretty chill one. Man, this is so heavy though. Holy. Yeah, we might have had to chat. I talked to so many people there. There's that bug again. Bug. Okay, so here's the box that I was sent. This thing, there actually should be a scale in this room somewhere. Is the scale easily accessible? I wonder how much this thing weighs. It's not. It's probably, I'm not going to go to my office for it. But yeah, this is a really heavy box, and I actually don't know what they sent me. So we are going to be cracking this open to start. Once we're done with that, then we have the actually lighter Rush of Ikorr box. Even though I told them, I said, I'm more interested in Rush of Ikorr than Neopets. And they were like, we're sending you both. And we're like, all right, fair. So yeah, we're going to crack open this box, I guess, and see what's inside. I'd love to know from everyone in chat, though. Did you play Neopets? If you're like, I guess if you're a millennial, right? If you're around my age or whatever, did you play Neopets back in the past when it was just the web game? I'm very interested to know who else, because I did. Like, it was like the thing to do for a little bit was to play Neopets. I had the elephant guy, and I named him Flam Clam, and I think he starved to death or something. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I went to that big omelet, and I got a piece of the omelet, and I did all the little spin the wheels every day, and I played the games. So I was a Neopets player. Card Game Crypt played Adventure Quest and RuneScape, but not Neopets. I would say that of those three, Neopets is the least real of the games. It was really just a collection of mini games and a click around on a website. Adventure Quest and RuneScape were much more fleshed out, like gaming experiences as RPGs. Neopets, but that was part of the charm of Neopets too, right? Adventure Quest TCG, was there ever a RuneScape TCG? Feels like that would have been like obvious, right? Infinity Puddles Housemate says, yes, she did. Mini games, love the giant omelet. Yes. I was partial to Dice-a-Roo myself. I played a lot of the Dice-a-Roo game. All right. Okay, I have to just kind of lift this up, I think. Okay, there we go. So inside the box that Upper Deck was, by the way, Upper Deck, again, sent this to me. Very kind of them to send this to me to show you all. So thank you, Upper Deck, for providing this. We have a little print thing, little flyer, it looks like. Join the Battle Dome. All right. So this is some information about joining the Battle Dome, which you definitely need to know. Dino Bejeweled. Ooh. I don't remember that one, but that sounds right. They were all basically just rip-offs of other games, but with Neopets on them. There's Digital RuneScape TCG. It was pretty wild. You adventured with cardboard cutout guys and tried to slow your opponent's adventure down. Oh, so it was like Lord of the Rings TCG, but it's RuneScape. Kind of. Satonis always thought Adventure Quest was a niche thing nobody else did, but 20 years later, it's like everyone has played it. I guess for what it's worth, I didn't play Adventure Quest. I just know of it. That period of my life, like, I feel like, well, let's see. Yeah, I wasn't doing much online. That's like the kind of the early years, like just pre-WoW. And the first big online game I got into was Guild Wars 1. and then World of Warcraft after that. And I think prior to that, I mostly just played like Warcraft 3 custom matches and you know, played all the tower defense and the original Defense of the Ancients. And like, for some reason, as like a youngish middle teenager, I really wanted to join the World of Warcraft custom role-playing games. And those aren't like RPGs. Those are like, you just sat down and you had it, like the creator of the custom game mode gave you like a palette of all the things in the game, and you just built them up, and then you just like role-played a story with other people. And now, being the age that I am, I look at that and I think there's no way I would ever allow my child to play an online role-playing game like that. That sounds so sketchy with random people on Warcraft 3. I don't know, but I think every time I did it, it was very innocuous, and it was just about, oh, my kingdom's gonna fight your kingdom and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Card Game Crypt, a fellow Warcraft 3 custom fan. Love it. Yeah, those were the days, huh? Those were wild. I was really hoping someone would put up the tower defense that was all like Dragon Ball Z themed, where you had like palette swap characters to look not at all like Goku, but you just called it Goku and you're like, close enough, it's Goku, he's so sick. Oh, Card Game Crypt, just immediately talking about DBZ Warcraft 3 customs. Yeah, so like I definitely have, like I just explained, a vague recollection of DBZ Warcraft 3 customs. Oh, there's that bug again. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're going to learn about Neopets. So I could certainly be mixing up memories. Maybe I did play that one, Card Game Crypt. That sounds like something I would have immediately clicked on at that age. 100%. Yo, Thompson, welcome back again. Another Warcraft 3 custom gamer. Let's go. That was the thing to do back then, I feel like, right? That was great. Good to see you again too, Thompson. All right. Anyway, Neopets. Let's talk about that. So, actually, I'm gonna be honest. This box they sent is fire. Okay, I'm already looking at some of this stuff. This box is actually fire. This is really sick. So, let's see. Where do we start? We have. Okay, I'm just going to have to set the box aside to really show you the items in here. So the box is going to go over here. We have the new starter deck for Champions of Meridel, which is the new set for Neopets. Had to spam go when the room filled up. Yeah, that's right. Start the game. So we have the new starter deck. We also have the two set 1 starter decks, the Starry Akara and the Fire Uni, not Uni, because it's a unicorn. So we got basically all 3 starter decks. I want to point out that this set is apparently introducing pet battles and new Neopets. Pet battles. Pet pets were the coolest part about Neopets, because you know how it's cool to have a pet, a Neopet? Well, what if your Neopet could also enjoy having their own Neopet? Thus, they made pets. And I can't believe we never got to pets, because that seems like the next logical step. But yeah, we got all 3 starter decks. Okay, that's cool. We have a box of set 1, Defenders of Neopia. We have a box of the second set, which is the Neopets Anniversary Celebration set. 5 foil cards in every pack, apparently, in this set, which is wild. Yeah, no, that's true, Satonis. Battle Dome is huge. Neopets is tiny on there. And then we have a box of set 3, the new set, Champions of Meridel. So they sent me 3 boxes, all 3 starters. They sent all of the sleeves. Well, actually, I don't know if these are all the sleeves. They sent me 3 packs of sleeves, though. These basic ones with the Battle Dome logo. And then we have, man, do we have any Neopets like lore fans out there? Because This is like the Dark Witch, and this is like the Good Fairy or something. There's something like that. That's gonna have to be close enough. But if we have the Neopets, like, deep lore fans out there, maybe they'll get it. Okay, but here's the part that really made me think this box rules. They sent me... Taylor wants the pink sleeves. Yo, how's it going, Taylor? They sent me these really sick... Man, I gotta... Okay, we're going hand cam mode for this. They sent me these really, really sick deck boxes that apparently have dividers as well. So we're going to take a look at these. Oh, here, they have the names. Fiora and Jadora. So, yeah, these are like go-to deck boxes now for some of my other games, because these are sick as hell. Frankly, these are really cool. Yeah, we're going to open those up. We're going to look at everything. All right. So, prepared to laugh if Icore did not send sleeves. Yeah. Right? That would be the funniest, because for people who don't know, you absolutely must play with sleeves with Rush of Ikorr to play the full game. It is not optional. Like, I've just been jamming Cookie Run games sleeveless because whatever. I couldn't do that with Rush of Ikorr. All right. So, where to start? Let's just begin with the starter decks, and we'll just take a quick look and quickly talk about the game. You're gonna get this starter deck like opened itself up apparently. You're gonna get was there no playmat actually? So there wasn't a playmat. That's kind of interesting. I was ready to replace my Cookie Run playmat with whatever one Upper Deck sent, but they didn't send a playmat. But that's okay. They sent a lot of other cool stuff. You're going to get my recollection of the game from a year ago, because last Gen Con was the last time I played Neopets. But we might have some people in chat who know the game a little more and can correct me. Oh, we could put out this playmat. Let's go. We could totally put out our paper playmat from the starter deck. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. Great. Good. Beautiful. Beautiful. We have a beautiful playmat out here. Totally paper. Icore does have 6 sleeves. Icore has good art, Card Game Crypt. The art is pretty chill. I like a number of pieces. All right, so inside our basic starter deck, you're going to get a cardboard sleeve, which contains your dice, because you need dice for this game. This is a heavy, heavy dice game. Heavy dice game. Oh yeah, Card Game Crypt. I remember you telling me about that tournament that you entered. That's right. So the gist of this game is you are entering the Battle Dome. And in the Battle Dome, your Neopets will battle to the death. Well, probably not to the death, but they will battle. And there will be a winner of some kind. So your Neopets have health, then they have attack, defense, and then speed values. And the attack is how many dice you get to roll. The defense is how many defense dice they get to roll. And then the speed is who attacks first. It's pretty straightforward. I have to say, I like the foils. They're nice. We have a Shoryu. We have a Uni. We have another Uni, but they have different paint jobs, because that's the thing from Neopets. You see, we have the fire paintbrush, which would allow you to paint your Uni into fire Uni. And then we have various things here. We have some other Neopets. We have Fairy card. And then we have the Legend Lightning Lenny, Bank Manager. So all of these are just legend cards that just give you some sort of effect One-shot effect when you play them. These are basically like trainers or whatever you want to think. Agility, is that what it's called, Randy? Okay, sure. And then where's the important part? Let's see, you got equipment. Of course, you can put equipment onto your Neopets to give them additional attack dice, give them additional defense dice. And you're going to be like basically stocking up your current Neopet and just trying to roll dice and get more hits than your opponent gets defenses to deal damage to them. There is no rule book in here, so if I wanted to double check anything while I'm trying to explain my literally over a year ago recollection of this, I would not be able to. And then we have hot dogs, and these are really important. There's that bug. Oh, it left. I had a chance to get it, but I didn't know what I wanted to hit it with. Oh no, here it is. Get off of my playmat, bug. Wait, is this like a different bug? Interesting bugs in the studio today. Oh yeah, agility's how many you re-roll. That's right, that's right. Thank you, Card Game Crypt. Okay. I played too many games since then that have different stats. How many you re-roll? Satonis, oh no, you got ahead of me because I got distracted by the bug. Yeah, so this game has hot dogs. And that makes it the second game to release last year that uses hot dogs, which isn't a lot of TCGs, but it is weird that it happened twice. So we have, you have your hot dogs, flaming hot dogs. You got potions, give you like temporary effects. And then you have code stones, which again, give you stats. And the code stones, when you were playing Neopets, they would just show up like you'd be walking, clicking through pages, and you'd get a little box at the top that said, oh, you found a code stone. And they were like mega important to actually do the battling part of the game in full Neopets. You can use your paintbrush to like level up your Neopet into the stronger version from the paint job, if I recall. They've got a little brush up here that shows that you need to use the appropriate paintbrush to put this version of the Neopet out. So if you draw your fire paintbrush, you can turn your uni into the fire uni, and it says fire right here. It was like you fight one Neopet at a time. You just roll the dice. You try to deal damage to your opponent. As I was corrected in chat, you get to re-roll dice based on your agility stat on attack or defense. If you can roll more damage hits than your opponent rolls defense blocks, you deal damage. When your Neopet takes damage equal to the health, it gets knocked out, and then you put out your second Neopet. And everybody has 3 Neopets. And that's the game. That's kind of how it works. It is both not complicated and not tight on its rule structure from my recollection. Having a bunch of things that were like really weird and probably shouldn't work this way, but they do. You know, one of those games where nobody wanted to make like a programmatic comprehensive rule structure because it's Neopets and it's like it's a great game for kids just to play, roll dice, have fun. So like, why do we need this? But then also they run a tournament and it's like, well, everything does kind of need to operate. So I'm sure at this point they figured it out more or less as to how to actually operate all that. But I remember right away last year there were not decisions on how some rules interactions worked. So that's what we get in the starter decks. The starter decks are pretty bare bones, I would say. You just get the deck. You do get some nice foils, and you get the dice, which is the important part because these dice have stars on them, and you want your dice to have stars on them. No no booster pack, no rules guide, just, well, sorry, I should say the rules are on, okay, no, never mind, sorry. The rules are on the back of the playmat. I should have looked. There you go. Oh, okay, the way agility works, I just read it right here. So the agility is the difference between your agility and their agility is how many dice the person with the higher agility gets to reroll. So that is, you know, that's why that's such an important stat. Because it's not only giving you rerolls, but denying your opponent rerolls to have. That's pretty crazy, actually. Yes, no comprehensive rules is rough. Yep. Judges. Card Game Crypt said, Friend was telling me a card literally didn't work how it was designed according to the rules. Judges last year told me freeze worked 2 or 3 different ways. Yeah, the rules were definitely messy and might still be. I am not sure. But yeah, I mean, there you go. That's what your starter deck looks like for Neopets. It was a game that I think on my review last year, my Gen Con game review, I'm not going to keep this up. I ranked kind of in the middle-ish because it was fun. It was a game that was just kind of a goofy, fun game to play, but clearly like had a set of issues at launch as far as just like how it would run specifically. The packs were pretty fun to open though. There's some cool alt arts to get. So I think I'm not going to worry about opening. The Starry Icore deck's going to be a lot like that. First one. Let's see if the Champions of Meridel, this is the new starter deck that just released with the new set. Let's see what this introduces that's different, right? Satona says, programmatic rulebook feels like a day 0 requirement to consider a new game. After seeing a couple games try to go without, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I want your game's rule structure to work. Otherwise, I have questions and I get annoyed. So, this is their second take at starter decks now. And I did have a couple of criticisms from the first one. Let's see if anything changed here. So the first thing is, this is maybe a minor thing, but this is folded the opposite direction. So you know how I took this out and I said, oh, I don't have a rule book? This, I wouldn't do that with this one because it clearly shows me that there's rules here. So, hey, I like that. That's a very minor thing, but it's nice. And actually, that's because there's no playmat now. Or is there? No, there is. They're separate. Okay, so the playmat is now on a separate thing, a separate sheet of playmat. And on the back of that is the playmat a second time. Double-sided playmat. Wow. Okay, so now they include the playmat and a rule structure because the rule structure has a lot more information on it. And a big picture of this guy is on here as well. But it explains, we'll go hand cam again. It explains now the new card types. Here's that guy. And then introducing pet battles. And they've got a rules for a pet battle. It's a fast-paced best of 1 game mode. We're going to construct a 20 card deck instead of a bigger deck. And you have a starting pet instead of a Neopet with no effects. Okay. So this is like Neopets Blitz, basically. This is Neopets Blitz. So if that is something that people needed because Neopets was too long or something complex, then that is now in the game. Yeah, it's I agree. Yes, I like the starter decks. For me, it's not like a requirement, but I do like when the starter decks have rules inside them. But I'm like an old school dude, right? Like I bought video games that came with instruction manuals, and I would look at the instruction manuals. So for me, you know, I do like it, but I also understand that in this day and age, that's a lot of people will just go to YouTube and find some like really sick YouTuber who made like the coolest how to play video in the world for their game and learn that way. So I appreciate that too, because when a game does not put a rules pamphlet in their box and I have a how to play video for it, then my how to play video might get more views. I mean, but like, frankly, you know, that's nice. We do have the dice again, different color. And then we have our deck. So that guy, his name's Drake. He's Drake. He's Drake, which I am going to refrain from making jokes about. Luis Casanova, yo! Thank you for the super chat, man. Thanks so much. I appreciate that donation, brother. How's it going? I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. I hope that this Neopets thing is bringing you some joy here today. I really appreciate that dono. Thanks, man. Yeah, okay. So we got Drake, and we have Drake Rainbow, Corbat Rainbow. These are kind of cool foils, actually. Kind of interesting. They did the whole rainbow thing, and Skeeth Rainbow. So this is a change, actually. What the? Okay. So in our first starter, did I just put it in the box? Yeah, I did. So in the set 1 starters, good point, Taylor. Good point. So in the first starter, we were actually just given 2 of the Neopets in the fire form, but in the new starter you get all 3 in the rainbow, which I thought was really weird. I remember thinking that when we first opened the starters last Gen Con. I remember thinking it was so strange that, okay, so I only can fire brush those 2, not all 3 of them. But here we actually have all 3, so cool. That is, I would say, a very good change. Yeah, he better never go to table 1. That's for sure. Okay. So we have some more, just that last foil, I guess, King Scarl. So it looks like our paintbrush is not foil this time. Yeah, so the rainbow paintbrush is just a non-foil. I think this feels a little less confusing on first open, actually. So that's cool. Here are our pets. We got our pets now. What the hell is this? What is this guy? Okay. This is Edgar Percival Clark, who looks rad as hell. Yep. Shop Wizard, the Pant Devil is here with some pants for you. Regulation Meridelian Crossbow. Regulation Meridelian Helmet. So like the game is very goofy, right? And that's cool. Like it's got a purpose. It is supposed to just be a fun game, digging into the lore, the fun. It's another card game that has a card named Potato, which makes it go right alongside Metacross. And did Universes name Satonis? Did Universes name the card just Potato, or did it call it like Sasha's Potato or something? I can't remember, but this is at least my third card. This is at least my second card that's simply called Potato. It might be my third card that's called Potato now, which I like. I appreciate. Got some berries, super juicy berry. So these berries are cool. They're not hot dogs, but they are, they're fine. Amius, you laughed so hard watching my VODs today. It is just Potato. Let's go. Amius, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm glad you enjoyed the VODs. I'm glad I'm glad that they've been fun. I think we've had some good clips over the last couple days too. So Tonus, your potato was gross. Mine was totally fine. Mine was I threw it away, but my potato is totally chill. That's really awesome though that you were sent a gross potato. The content creators who went to the first summit, so that included me at that point, for Universes, were all sent a potato that had a Universes sticker slapped on it. They sent a potato to us in the mail, which is wild. So yeah, that's awesome. So there are at least 3 card games that have a card simply named Potato now. That sounds like I'm gonna have to take a picture. I'm gonna have to do like an Instagram post, a Twitter post about this. Fred, yo, how's it going? Everyone has to know about the potatoes. All right, and then we got some code stones here, and yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. This is weird. I've never seen this done in a deck before. I've never seen this done in any card game. There are just a pile of ad cards. Like I've seen ad cards, right? Like, you know, there'll be like an ad token in a pack or whatever. I've never seen a starter deck just give me 4 cards that just have like ads on them. They must have just had extra room on the sheet. So, Neopets accessories, the 25th anniversary set, which we will in fact check that out tonight. Compete to earn more cards. The Neopet TCG homepage. Neopet TCG, like, shouldn't this be plural? Isn't this supposed to say Neopets TCG homepage? Fredo, yo, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. So here's the QR code to go to the Neopet TCG homepage. So that's cool. And now we have Pet Battle rules, which were also included on the sheet, but we have some cards. Oh, we got a game dev from Neopets and Rush. All right, Fredo, you're gonna be here to answer some questions for us. That's awesome. Thank you. And then we have a freeze token. Card Game Crypt, would this have answered your questions about freeze? This Neopet is frozen and cannot attack during its next turn. It seems simple to me. I don't know what could have caused questions about it. All right, so I like the updates in the new starter deck. I think this is this makes more sense, getting the foils, all 3 rainbow forms of the Neopets in here. And I like the foil that they used on these 2. These actually look pretty cool. Card Game Crypt. No, not here. Oh, and I missed this. I missed this too. This has a code that you can redeem on the Neopets game for a King Scarl hero avatar. So that's cool too. I always like when there's like a digital physical link like that. Like how the Cookie Run boxes had the code cards. Crystal clear, almost like ice. Nailed it. All right. So yeah, so those are starters. Okay. So let's jump in. Let's start cracking some packs here. We'll start with set 1. And we'll just take a look at how some of these cards look. Just continue to chat about the game. Yeah, I mean, it's still a scratch off. So thankfully I didn't just like show that code out here and someone stole it or whatever. We like the scratch offs. It's like WoW, good old WoW TCG, right? Who played World of Warcraft TCG? Well, who played World of Warcraft TCG and who simply bought the code cards or bought it for the code cards? There's 2 types of people in the world. Okay, so interestingly, unlike a lot of booster boxes for other card games, there is a piece of tape on this one. All right, I actually should have my knife on me because I am failing. Interesting. Okay. So we cracked some Neopets at Gen Con last year. I don't remember what hits are like necessarily, but I remember there were some really sick textured foils that were the chase hits. And so we are going to hope that we get something like that. That'd be really cool. All right, so yep, I got too used to Cookie Run. There's no tab for me to pull. Yeah, they were wrapped and taped. I want to just point out the card back is actually really nice for Neopets. It's got like a spot gloss on it, which is really cool. Looks pretty dope. All right, so remembering, where's rarity on this thing? Oh my God, that's the tiniest in the world. Holy. Okay, so there is a rarity listed. It's this text right here. There's a little tiny C on the border that shows that it's a common. So we will have a bunch of commons, some amount of commons. Oh, we got a foil here. Okay, I don't remember how often things show up. This is an SR, so that's probably not every pack. So that's awesome though. Foil fairy paintbrush. That seems really cool. So that SR showed up in the 5th slot in the pack. Interesting. And then this is a rare. Lady Frostbite is our rare. Taylor, it is small. It is small. Our resident troll is still listening. That's great. Judora's Cursed Sword, rare. And then we have a code stone here, and I think every pack's gonna have a code stone. So 2 rares, there was a foil in the pack, a code stone, and commons. All right. Nice. There's an SR in the pack, I guess I should say. Yeah, Fredo, the design on the cards of the card backs is great. Okay, so we got some commons here again. So let's see if every... Okay, so that was... Wait, was that just 3 commons? And then I got to a... I didn't miss... Oh, I did miss something. This was a foil too. Ah, okay. I couldn't tell that was foil looking through the camera here. So the 4th card is a foil. So Pant Devil's Evil Twin. That's really funny. The Pant Devil card we looked at in the starter deck was target and equipment on an opponent's Neopet and discard it. The Evil Twin is target and equipment in your discard and play it. So I like that. That's cute. That's cute design. And then here we have another foil, Fairy Irie SR. So I think this is one of those games. Maybe this. I'm only 2 packs in, but this might be one of those games where they called uncommons rares and they called rares SRs. For some reason, which always gets a little confusing when you go from game to game, but you just gotta figure them out, keep it straight. Here are our rares: Scorch Stone and Cow Defender, Blue Scorch Stone and Cow Defender, and then a Vo Code Stone. We'll see if that holds true going into pack number 3. And we'll see what our big hits are here too. So we should have 3 normal cards. Ixie, Scorchio, Hubert. Yep, there's our foil. Usul. And there we have a card, looks cool. Vira. SR. Yeah. Yep, that's an SR. Target a card in your discard and play it. Okay, that sounds strong. Seems good. Then we have our rares, Zafara and a Soup Fairy, and then a Lu Code Stone. Oh, man. I am still not used to this camera being right here. I keep knocking into it. At least it stabilizes quickly. All right, we have a Scorchio, a Cow. We have a Chia. Foil is Mohawk. SR is Judora's Wand. That I was gonna read this, but I'm gonna be honest. This has way too much text for me to read right now. It's actually really wild going from this SR to this SR. This is crazy. Oh man, I kind of want to read it now, actually. Okay, we're gonna read it. We're gonna read it because for the design team to put this much text on a Neopets card, it has to be a design they're very proud of, that they're willing to put into a game that has a clear market in a younger audience. So this has to be, I assume, a great and flavorful design. So it'd be a disservice to not read it. So I'm going to read it. All right. When this card is sent from your inventory or deck to your discard, you may play this card. That's already some of the most busted text you can have on a card in a card game. So that's fun. During your preparation phase, discard up to 3 cards. Deal 1 damage to your opponent's Neopet for each card discarded this way. Your Neopet gains 1 attack for each card discarded this way until the end of your turn. During your opponent's battle phase, you may send this card to the discard. Deal 2 damage to your opponent's Neopet. Okay, so it's a very powerful wand that is going to do a ton of damage. And give you additional attack as well. So kind of like an extra damage on both ends. The attack at least can have a chance of dealing damage. And then, this is an equipment, right? So it just sits on there. Discard up to 3 cards, though. That's a really hefty cost. Okay, so like, it's easy enough to remember. It's not like it's a Yu-Gi-Oh card, right? But like, this does a ton of damage, but it does require that you discard a lot of cards. How many cards do you draw in this game again? It's just, yeah, I thought so. This is just a 1-card draw game. So, I do remember when we were playing our games, I remember stacking cards up a little bit because, like, at some point, you would have a Neopet. Their Neopet would be, like, super stacked up, and you would be like, well, mine's already taken a bunch of damage. I don't really want to commit more stuff to my Neopet and just to have it die and lose that. So I'll just kind of hold on to my equipment and everything for my next Neopet and try and build that one up. I remember thinking there was like some strategy related to that. So I can definitely see like you end up with cards in your hand. And that can turn into a lot of damage. Okay, that's interesting. Blue Frost Cannon, Kalvara's Potion, and a Taikai Codestone. All right, we took a while on that card because I was very interested in what would make the designers of Neopets put that much text onto a Neopets card. When normally most of these cards are fairly low text. Battle Hammer. We have a foil Angry Tax Beast, which is a great card name. Also, this seems absurd. It's your opponent randomly discards 2 and you draw 2. Okay. Well, there's a way to have cards for your Jidora's wand. There you go. That's wild. That seems pretty good. Yo! Hot Dog of Justice. Let's go. We got the Hot Dog of Justice, baby. This is Counterspell. And Counterspell is good. Also, gotta be one of the best card names of all time in any card game ever. Hot Dog of Justice is crazy. And this goes so hard. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Hot Dog of Justice. What a hit. Virus Wing Dagger, Starry Lupe, and a Bree Codestone. It's already doing great when we open a Hot Dog of Justice. Am I right? All right. We got a Chia, Slippery Floor Potion, and a Lupe. We got a foil Amulet of Chaos, and we have a Ghost Aisha. with some cool effects. You can discard a card during either player's battle phase to gain 2 attack or 2 defense. Iriki, Duelist Dagger, and a Mao Code Stone. Oh, I think I missed that, Randall. You said you think Sent is different than discarded or something weird like that? That would be weird. That would be weird. Did Judora's Wand say Sent? When this card is sent from your inventory or deck to your discard. I don't know. I'm not about to make rules guesses on the game. Mohawk, Shop Wizard, Usul, Foil, Har, Codestone. Okay, you can get Codestone's foil there. And our SR is Harry and Bloopplum. Gets to dig for some Codestones. Codestone Digger, Bloodberry, Elixir, Amulet of Chaos. So we did get a foil rare there. That's cool. A Taikai Keystone. Codestone, excuse me. All right. Our foil here is an Orin Codestone. And then we have a Techo, Fairy Painted Techo. During either player's battle phase, you may place a card from your inventory to the top of your deck to get 2 attack and 2 defense. Interesting. Interesting compared to the Ghost Aisha, which is discard a card, or excuse me, send a card from inventory to discard. Inventory's hand. This is place a card on top of deck. Interesting. There's a Rainbow Paintbrush, Torchio, and an EO Codestone. I think it'll be really fun when we get to the second box with all of the foils. I'm excited to look at all those. Red Scorchstone foil, a SR Black Frost Cannon, and then Battle Fairy Shield, Uzaro, and an Orin Codestone. All right. What is the hit above SR? I do not remember what it's called, what we're digging for. Whoa, I could hardly even tell this was foil. Okay, Calvara foil. Oh yeah, Judge Hogg. I remember, oh yeah, this is it. This is a UR. Funny that I asked that right as I opened this pack. So this is a UR. UR is Judge Hogg. And you can see there is a texture on this foil. So get that to shine for you guys a little bit there. And this is reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. You may play any number of the cards revealed this way and add the remaining to your inventory. Which is a pretty wild text. Is hitting hot dog so early kind of like hitting CSR in the first box of a case? Or wouldn't you know about that, Taylor? Oh my God, that's a good one. No, I don't know about that. No idea what that's like, unfortunately. But yeah, there's our UR. Judge Hogg. I can't remember if it's like 1 UR per box or less or more. I'm not sure. But we got a Judge Hogg. Ixie, Starry, Battle Fairy Dagger, Vo Codestone. Judge Hogg is of course on the cover, so you know, on the pack, so it's got to be good. Got to be a pretty good hit. All right. We have a foil Irie. We have an Iron Skeeth SR. Or Scythe or something. I'm not sure. Angry Tax Beast, Shield of Reflection, and a Bree Codestone. Skaith? Maybe Skaith. I feel like Skaith would be the correct pronunciation. Zafara. There we have a Shweetalk foil. We got the Breadmaster. You know he's the Breadmaster because his apron says the Breadmaster. A teeny hot dog. Look at that little guy. Look at that little hot dog. Fire Irie and a Har Codestone. Yeah, not the tax beast. Yeah, I feel that every year. Every March. Or April. Usually April. I'm not on top of it. Foil Ixie. We got a Ghost Mincy. Or Mincy. Man, this is annoying. I went my whole life only pronouncing the names of Neopets in my head, and now I have to pronounce them out loud live for you all and get all the pronunciations wrong. We got the Ghost Lupe and then a ridiculously heavy Battle Hammer equipment and an EO Codestone. Hot diggity dog, that's right. That pack also just had a regular old hot dog, which is just pay one, draw a card. It's a cycle. All you do, you cycle this card. Your deck is slightly smaller at the cost of one resource. Ixie Foil. SR Jade Scorchstone. Diamond Hot Dog. This is starting to sound like some of our cookie run cards, our cookies. A disgusting hot dog. I don't want to eat this one. Fire Aisha and a Zay Codestone. It's Skeeth like Keith, you're pretty sure. Okay. I don't know. Oh, you just have to be level 1 to do it? Is that what that means? I couldn't remember how the resource system worked. A foil ridiculously heavy Battle Hammer. SR Sergeant Brexis. Yeah, just hot dogs instead of cookies. Exactly. Tangled Net Gun, Lightning Lenny, and a Zay Codestone. Let me see here. I can remember. Yes, you can play. That was the thing. You could play only one card a turn with a level requirement equal to or less than your Neopets level. You can attach one Codestone to raise your Neopets level by 1. Yeah, it's all kind of coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me. It's been a while. I should have sat down for a Neopets game at Gen Con so I could remember everything for this. But I did not have time, unfortunately. Ooh, look at that. If you can see it, it's a foil camouflage hot dog. I know it's tough to see. Food is like an instant. Oh, is that so? Well, that's good. Yeah, that's why they're good. That makes sense. That makes sense. Your cards cannot be targeted by opponent's card effects this turn. Yeah, seems good. SR Calvara's Marvelous Potion. The Masked Intruder and Purple Blob Potion and an Oran Codestone. All right, next. Oh, yo, let's go. Foil hot dog. Foil hot dog. Yo, the Scythe is here for the hot dogs. Let's go. 2 foil hot dogs in a row. Camouflage into hot dog. Wow. The Scythe is so excited. SR Fairy Scorchio. Ooh, we got a Grundo Warehouse card. Redeem this code for a Battle Dome Snow Globe at neopets.com/space/warehouse/prizecodes.phtml. That's cool. I like that I can get that in the rare slot. That's fun. And a Lou Codestone. Wow, hot box. Am I right? So many foil hot dogs here. And then we got a Grundo Warehouse card. I don't know how rare those are. This looks like a good pack. There's something here. That seems pretty cool. We have an Usul foil. And then we have a rainbow textured Kachik, which has a rarity of something. RR? Is that what that says? Okay, I'm sorry. This is just too small. This needs to be bigger. It either says XR or RR. I'm not. I think it says RR. I have to do a damn eye exam to see what the rarity is on this card. It's too small. It's too small. RR, Rainbow Rare. Okay. Okay. I mean, I get that I can tell just by looking at it once I know them, but they're just, it's so tiny. It's so tiny. Wait a sec, you guys. What a missed opportunity. My Swiss Army knife has a magnifying glass on it. So I could be doing this way better. Yes, it says RR. Can I do that for the camera? There. See? If you magnify it, you can read it. It says RR. All right, cool. So we got a Rainbow Rare Kachik. And Ghost Lupe Sword and Barry. It's Barry. Barry's here. And a Mao Code Stone. Oh, Randy, you're guessing? What the? I was trusting you. You're my resource. Well, it's probably right. That sounds right. There's the Pant Devil's Evil Twin again. A foil Lu Code Stone. SR Blade of Supernova, Jadora's Hourglass, Techo, and a Vo Code Stone. A couple of these packs are upside down in the box. That's interesting. All right. Exploding Potion. We have a foil Mao Code Stone. We have an SR Lupe Ghost. Jadora's Cursed Coin, Muka, and a Har Code Stone. Just a couple packs left. 4 packs left in this box, it looks like. Yo, it works. Armadillo Cloak. Don't laugh, it works. Jub Jub. We got a foil Battle Fairy Dagger. We got an SR Blackwing. We have a Ghostly Hot Dog and a Nova Blade and a Lu Code Stone. Blackwings are a deck in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? From a million years ago. So that would be at least the second card game with a Blackwing in it. We have a foil The Ghost Lupe. We have an SR Marina. Yo, when you play a potion that requires a dice roll, all results are treated as a success. Ooh, okay. Cool. Purple Sticky Hand, Kasuki Lu, Koski Lu, Taikai. Blackwings, Damage Step. Doesn't look like it's got quite the same effect as Blackwings in Yu-Gi-Oh! Do Card Game Crypt. Not quite the same. All right. Marina equals Ari. Ooh, the conspiracy begins. We got a foil Shoiryu. I think I said Shoryu earlier. It's Shoiryu. I got real mixed up because of that. SR Mammoth. We got some monkeys, Punchbag Bob, and a Mao Code Stone. Yo, I was playing, speaking of monkeys, I was playing some Donkey Kong Bonanza earlier today. My wife told me I needed to relax a little bit today. So So I took her advice. And it was really fun until I felt like I was relaxing too much and I needed to go do something. Reveal, look at 5 and add 2. Yeah, it did still seem pretty good. All right, and our last pack in the set 1 box is going to be a foil Ixie and a Fairy Kachik. Jadora's Bewitched Ring, Captain K, and a Bree Codestone. All right, so that was box 1. We got 2 textured foils here, the Kachik Rainbow and the Judge Hog UR. We did get a Grundo Warehouse code as well, which again, I don't know how rare these things are, but seemed cool. Seemed cool. So we're going to open next the anniversary box. This is going to be very different. These are just 5 cards per pack, and they're 5 foils per pack. So it sounds fun. Contains 2 common, 2 super rare or higher, and 1 common. Okay, so I think it's just trying to say what the the order they are in is, but it says packs include 2 common, 2 super rare or higher, and then 1 common. And I just feel like that's a really weird way to do it. Is that... I would have just said 3 common and 2 super rare or higher, but no rares apparently. Interesting. Okay, well, let's open it. So we are going to encounter the security tape as well again, I believe. Our nemesis, the security tape. But we have Mr. Knife to help. No longer in magnifying glass form. All right. So I'm just going to stack everything on these cards that I already have here. So these are going to be interesting 5-card packs. I don't know if these are... I assume these are new cards, like all new cards. Or maybe there's alt arts from set 1. So here we have our SRs. No, here are our commons. Wait, so the 3 commons are even first. Why is it written that way? Why does it say 2 common, 2 SR higher, 1 common, when the 3 commons are at the start of the pack? That's confusing. All right. And then, oh, these are sick. Actually, though. Okay, hang on. So I guess, so the foils in here are like SR foils. That's why I got confused right away. So the commons, oh, yo, we got Grundo. I like Grundos. I remember those ones. And then the SRs are higher are like these really, really sick full art with no card frame. So these are pretty cool. These are, wait. But these just say they're rares. They just say R. 2 common, 2 super rare or higher, 1 common. Then I open my pack, and it includes 3 common at the start of the pack. Oh, hang on. Also, this Grundo has a sick texture. Okay, that's pretty cool. Taylor, Upper Deck hired you as a copywriter for this set. You did a great job. Okay, so the Grundo actually has a really sick texture. The Grundo is really cool. But I'm so confused by what the box says and what I actually received in the pack. It doesn't line up at all, because I ended up getting 2 things that say that they are rares and no things that say that they are SRs. And my 3 commons were in SR foiling, so it's not like, I don't know, they can't mean that these are SR foilings, because these are actually different than SR foiling, because SRs normally are foiled like this. So real weird. But the Grundo is sick as hell. So I wonder if like every pack we're gonna get like is it like, do you always get a textured card? Is it just Grundo that's textured? We have to look carefully now. Jub, Gellert. No, so that Grundo was kind of unique there. Akara. And then we have Irie and Chia. Labre Chocolate. And in this case, the Irie actually has that cool texture. Neither of these ones had that. This, I don't think this has a texture. That's just part of the artwork. But the Irie actually has that really cool texture here, and that looks sick. Honestly, very cool looking. I appreciate the work on the foilings and everything here. That's a great question, Taylor. I really want the elephant guy because, again, that's what I had when I was a lad. I had the elephant man. I don't know if he's in the game yet. Techo Gellert, we got Bruce now. We got 25th anniversary Jub with the texture here. We got that texture on him. And we have the Kugra. Cards look sweet. Wait a sec. Jub has wild text. Before I get to this pack, I just started reading it while I was opening. During your preparation phase, roll 5 minus X dice, where X is 1 for every 5 anniversary counters on your Neopet. For every critical success rolled this way, add 5 anniversary counters to your Neopet. If you have 25 anniversary counters on your Neopet, you win this round. This is absolutely the deck I would play. If I built a deck for this game, it would be 25th anniversary Jub. I simply want to roll dice until I win the game. That's it. And I mean, I guess technically that's what you do already in Neopets, but I want to just win outright by rolling the dice a whole bunch. Got Kugra with the texture. Oh, okay. So this pack, the Labre is not the same style as the others, but it does say it's a rare and not a common like the others, which again are not SRs. But all right, so I guess the Labre goes over here, probably because it's not a Neopet. They wanted it to have a regular card frame. I guess he jubbing. Yo, we jubbing out here. Usul Chia with the texture. We got a cow again and a Kachik. So are there, it says, well, I don't know. The pack says SRs are higher. So we haven't gotten any SRs because we only get rares. But is there a higher then? Like, is there something we're chasing in here? And will I know if I get it? I am betrayed by the box and the pack text that gives me incorrect information. So I don't know. I don't ultimately know what I can find here. Yo, regular Jub with the texture though. Ixie and Shoiru Labre Robot. There are, I believe, some pretty cool designs on these. The stream would take way too long if I sat here and read every one of them. But hopefully you can like pause it if you're interested and read some of the effects on some of these. Yo, we got a Grundo Warehouse card. Sponge Paradise background. Cool. Oh, what the? You may collect this card as a Labre map piece. When you've collected all 4 Labre map pieces, put them into your rainbow pool and place the Labre location in play. Wow. So the designs in this set are wild. They're doing all the crazy stuff. Once per turn during your preparation phase, you may transform your Neopet. Okay, so once you get the Labre, then you can just transform into all these Labre versions. But you need to get all 4 map pieces. Okay, well, we got one of them here. And there's that chocolate Chia. Okay, well, let's, I guess we'll just put out our little Labre tracker here. See if we can start to find some Labre map pieces. That's kind of fun. Yeah, that robot Shoryu is really sick. This library thing is wild. All right, we got an Aisha, Jub, Chia. So it seems every pack has it. I think it has a texture on something. Usually, at least. Robot, Walkie, and Scorchio. Burlap, Labre Burlap. That's funny. It does not appear that my elephant friend is in this set yet. Really hoping for some elephant. I can't remember what he's called. I don't know. Bruce, Zafara, Lupe, Ixie, and Akara. Maybe was there a texture in here? Oh yeah, the Lupe was. The Lupe was textured. Ixie and Akara. Oops, grab 2 packs here. All right. Cow, Shoiryu, Walkie. We got another cool Jub, Labre Jub, and a Labre Coconut Jub, double Jub. We jubbing out here. Let's go. Big jubbin'. When is J-Dub starting up Neopets locals? Randy, when do you want to come to Neopets locals? Ask him. All right. We got another Labre map piece and a textured cow. It looks like it's the second one. You may collect this card as a Labre map piece. And we got it. Wow, that's really cool. Mosaic Techo. That looks sweet. I still am not sure what SR or higher, super rare or higher meant. I haven't even seen anything that's a super rare yet. It's a mystery. Kugra, texture Kachik. We got that coconut Jub again. It's the same art, right? No, it's a different art. There's different arts. Wait, why is... No, it's I was just getting baffled. Okay, yeah, they're just different arts. Are they're in a... Yo, no, they're not. Okay, I was like, I thought maybe they were like a diptych or a triptych or something right away. But I don't think they are. They look like they could be, though. Yo, I like these Jubs. I'm kind of a Jub fan, I think. Jub kind of rules. Let's plan for 2028. All right, cool. Yo, let's get, yeah, another lab piece. Oh, no, it's the one we already have. Dang it, but we got a Jub. Let's go, Jub. All right, we got 2 of the same map piece. He jubbing. Map piece. Let's go, and a robot Bruce. Yeah. That's number 3. All right. Can we finish the map? Ooh. It's just textured, I think. Yeah, just a textured Labre Ice Bruce. And Aisha. Chocolate. I'm a fan of card games that do the connect the cards gimmick. I always think that's fun. So I'm happy to see it here. We got a Grundo Warehouse, the MSP bedroom background. Wait, you can get a background in Neopets that is a bedroom at the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport. That's sick. Bro, that's so hot. I'm going to start playing Neopets again just for that. We got a baby Poogle. Yeah, the Labre and the map pieces are different cards. You play the 4 map pieces, and then you get to put the Labre out. Whoa! This thing's cool. What the? That is... Hang on. Hang on. Where'd I put it? Hang on, everyone. I'll solve this mystery. I'll solve this mystery. This is an AR rarity card. And it's pretty dope, actually. We got a silver Mohawk. AR. I don't know what AR stands for. It's too bad it wasn't a Jub. But we did get a silver Mohawk here, which seems pretty sweet. All right. We got a Burlap Lenny and a baby paintbrush. Ooh, baby paintbrush. It's our first paintbrush that we got in the rare slots. So the Mohawk was in the common slot. Is this a rare? I mean, it has to be, right? Yeah. Confusing. Because that's, again, totally different than the rarity scheme listed on the box. Arbitrary rare. No, I don't think that's what it is. Yeah, I wonder what AR stands for. But that showed up in the 3rd slot, the common slot. So that pack actually had 2 commons, 2 rares, and then 1 higher rarity card, which... It's just so funny to me how completely different it is than what it said on the box. Baby Shoiru and a Gellert, or Gellert. Alternate rare, possibly Alex, by the way, welcome. Yeah, what else? What could AR stand for? At first I was like art rare or something, but it's just a color. What's a silver grayscale card? Oh, we got a second one. We got a second one here. A Techo. Nice. That's our second AR. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And then we got a Burlap Kachik and another baby paintbrush. So both packs that had an AR included a baby paintbrush and might have actually also included a Burlap. Funny enough, yeah, they both also included a Burlap Labrade card. Argent rare. Hey, you know what? It could be like Argent rare. Honestly, it could, because they're silver. It could be Argent rare. That's pretty sweet. 30 to 40 bucks. Wow. Nice. We got the Techo and a Labre Scientist. That seems like an essential card to build your Labre deck. Are we going to finish our map in this box, though? We only have 3 packs left. And we got double of one of the map pieces. Yeah, Alex, of course they are. Every TCG's got an audience of some kind. We have an Icore and a second Labre Scientist. That's essential. Icore's got the texture. All right. Is that... okay, nope. Just an Icore and a cow. 2 packs left. Give me that RNG power card, Game Crypt. I need it. We got a Bruce and a Chia. It's going to come down to the last pack, folks. Can we finish the map? Can we finish it? All right. Grundo, another Grundo Warehouse card. We got a Crafty Baby background. Bruce and an Irie. We did not finish the map, unfortunately. We got 2 Grundo Warehouse cards. We got 2 ARs. We got 4 map pieces, but double of 1. We missed the third. Unfortunate. Or the 4th, I mean. So, too bad. We did get the Labre location as well, though. All right, so that's the anniversary box. That's the kind of stuff you get in there, which is pretty rad. These are pretty cool. That looks sick. Little silver paint job. I'm sure that's pretty awesome for the for Neopets like collectors. All right, last thing we're gonna open for Neopets here. Well, actually, we're gonna do the deck boxes right at the very end, and then we're moving on to Rush of Ikorr. But we have a box of the new set Champions of Meridel, so we're just gonna take a look at what we have here as well. Well, let's read what we could get. I don't know if it matters, but we'll read. Each pack includes 3 common, 1 common or rare or codestone foil, 1 super rare higher, 2 rare, or 1 codestone. So the same breakdown. That, I assume, is an accurate breakdown. There are 8 secret rare cards, 56 royal rare cards, 10 Grundo Warehouse virtual code cards, 8 ultra rares. Were there secret rares before? Probably. I just got a UR in my first box. I didn't read the back of that box that time. 5 ultra rare, 4 secret rare, 20 rainbow rare. Okay. Wow. 56 royal rare. So the royal rare probably replaces the rainbow. So probably 1 per box also. Oh yeah. The security tape got me again. So we're hoping to see a secret rare. It's crazy how many more ultras and secrets there are in this set, though. That's wild. Because the first box only had... Yeah, the first set had 5 ultras, 4 secrets. This set has... What did I say? 8 of each or something? Yeah, 8 ultras, 8 secrets. 48 SRs in this set also. And there were 40 SRs in the first set. So, all in all, it sounds like if you were a player and you want to get a full play set of the game, you need to buy a lot more Champions of Meridel to get there. But I think a lot of people engaging this game are buying probably at lower quantities. You know, again, I think it's a good game to play with family, like younger audience, especially. All right, SRs, we got a Spider Potion and a Kayla's Golden... Oh, wait, hang on. This is my foil. Okay, so... What is happening here? These are my rares. Okay, sorry. I got so baffled from the last packs. Okay, so they changed the foils in set 3. So the foils in set 1 were... almost a cold foil. Kind of similar to a cold foil, just without the texture. The foils here are just the standard kind of rainbow foil now. Which, I think it looks better, so... I think I'm totally fine with that being the case. And then SR, and then these are rares. Kayla's Chemistry Set, and Morris, and an EO Codestone. All right. Pack 2. We have a Zafara foil. We have Akara Daragan SR. Kayla's Little Pick-Me-Up. Mr. Scary. Oh no, Mr. Scary. He's too scary. All right. Man, I am struggling with these. Okay. Chia, Akara, Usul. Do we have my elephant guy yet? Is elephant guy in here? Winged Horde Dagger. Darrigan Teko. There's Mr. Scary again. All Bat Pet, and a Mao Codestone. Alright. Foil here is a Teko. Whoa! This thing looks sick. What the hell is this? Lord Darrigan, villain. RYL or RVL? Is this a royal rare? Hang on. We got this. Don't worry. Yeah, I think that says RYL. So I think this is a royal rare. And this looks really cool. Wow. That looks sick. Honestly. It looks like kind of like an old school TCG card, but with more modern printing techniques. I'm a fan. Yeah, it looks really sweet. That's rad. The Horde, Super Juicy Berry, and a Lu Codestone. Yeah, that one seems awesome. Also, the effect is ridiculous. Once per turn during your preparation phase, you may have each player place their hand on the bottom of their deck in any order and then draw that many cards -1. So, that's fun. That's my kind of card. We have an Ixie foil and then SR Bullseye Potion. Darrigan Hot Dog. Ooh, that looks like a good dog. Morgus Twisted Wand and a Vo Codestone. Aw, that's cute. Yeah, that honestly looks really cool. I am pretty impressed with that card. That looks great. Jub! Let's go! Foil Jub! Oh, and here is Darrigan, but not Lord Darrigan. This is not a villain card. This is the legend version. When you draw or add this card to your inventory, if you have no other cards in your inventory, you may play this card. Each player shuffles their inventory into their deck and draws 4 cards. It matches the theme of the other one, so that's cool. Green Knight Shield, Zombie Pets, and Orin Codestone. All right. We have Zombified Peasants foil. We have SR Darrigan Jub. All Jubs, all the time. Winnie, Darrigan Elemental, and a Taikai Codestone. We have Skeeth, Waki, Corbett. We have a foil Kachik. And we have, whoa! That's another royal rare. So you get more than one royal rare per box, it looks like. Royal Shoiru. That looks wild. This looks cooler, honestly, but they're both sweet. But this Lord Darrigan is hard to beat. That guy's awesome. But there's a second royal rare. Then Hadrak and Pet Bone and a Zay Codestone. Still looking for a UR or a secret rare. Uni foil. Golden Butter Knife. As long as you have no cards in your inventory, your Neopets attack is doubled. Pretty wild. That's pretty funny. Spider Potion and Drag Oil and a Loot Code Stone. Yo, Grand Archive TCG, how's it going? Wowee. We have a foil Green Knight Sword. We have a Darrigan Drake. Jumbleberry, Morris, and a Har Code Stone. We have a first foil Code Stone in this box, Mao Code Stone. And a Royal Paintbrush. We need that to make our Royal Shoiru. Caleb's Home Remedy, Count Boris, Vocode Stone. Oh, hey, guys, I played... Well, Grand Archive showed up, so I want to mention it. I played Fire, Aggro, New Diana at Locals yesterday. And it was so much fun. That deck is wild. Those cards are wild. I had a great time. Would recommend. I absolutely destroyed Alex, who's in chat, who's on Suited, and Spectre Merlin. Mitch, main deck Mitch, was playing that too. You just kill him. I think we have another Royal here. So we have a foil Irie, and yeah, Royal Kachik. Okay, so you get a lot more of these Royal hits per box, which is good because there's like a million more of them. Kayla Legend, Bloodthack Legend, Orn Code Stone. One of your locals had the 2 Recollection decks. Let's go, Card Game Crypt. You actually wanted to play the game again after I destroyed you on stream? Crazy. Foil Orn Code Stone. Darrigan Paintbrush. Elemental Rock, Giant Spiders, and a Bree Code Stone. Alex Suited Bluffs. Skill issue, Alex. We got a Poogle, Akara, Zafara, Shweetak. Yo, another Royal. Wow, you get a lot of these. Royal Poogle. We got Danner. That's me. Licious Homemade Armor and a Bree Code Stone. Gain immunity to all status effects. Not enough mana flares. Yeah, you want mana flares. That card's crazy. We have a foil Chia and a Draconac Pet, Unguberry, Kayla's Silver Brew, and a Taikai Code Stone. All right. We got a Skeeth and then a foil Skeeth. We have a Drake, Darrigan Drake. The Court Dancer. Interesting. And another Unguberry. And an EO Code Stone. All right. So we got 4 Royals so far. I wonder how many of those you're supposed to get in a box. Still looking for the big hits. Do we have one here? We have a Morris foil. And no, just a Chia. Darrigan Chia. Winged Horde Dagger and Count Boris. He's a Bloomaroo. Yo, Bloomaroo sighted. Skeeth it up, baby. We got a Pet foil Ukali. And we got a Celia Fairy. Once per turn, whenever you would add one or more cards to your inventory, which is your hand, you may play one of those cards. That seems kind of crazy. That seems like a crazy effect. Kayla's little pick-me-up and a Winnie. Power Code Stone. All right. Gellert, Jiren's Shield. Potion of Freezing, Green Knight Shield, Zay Code Stone. Oh man, where are the hits? I want a secret rare. Give me a secret rare. I want to see what that is like. The people need to see a secret rare. We have a foil Poogle yellow and a Lisha Legend. Morgus Twisted Wand and a Sally. Lou Code Stone. It's kind of funny that you get 3 commons and 2 rares per pack. Rares are really not that much more rare than a common, you know? It's really not that different. A foil Techo and SR King Scarl, who's, I think that's the one in the starter deck, right? I believe so. Grundo Warehouse card. We got a Battledome Bob plush wearable at a much, much shorter URL now. The other ones are really funny. The set 1 ones, the URL. Oh, that one wasn't a set 1? Yeah, the set 1 URL was, instead of saying at neopets.com/code, it was at https://www.neopets.com/space/warehouse/prizecodes.phtml. I'm glad they figured that out. All right, and then we got a Loveberry and a Vocode Stone. We got a foil Aisha. We got a Shweetak. We got another Grundo Warehouse code. Neopets Battledome TCG card frame. Okay. We got a Fishberry. That's a gross sounding berry. Yeah, the .phtml at the end is really what sells it. I agree, Taylor. We have 2 packs left, and we haven't seen a UR or a secret rare. I really am hoping we get one. Zay Code Stone foil and an Aisha. I don't know if we're going to. We need last pack magic here, I think. Master of X, Ganathor, and a Bree Code Stone. Yeah, last pack. Is it possible to not get a UR or a secret rare in a box? Last pack has to have it if we get one. We have a foil Lou Code Stone and a Snidberry. Did I miss it? Did I miss one, or do you just not get? Okay. Master of X, Fake Cast Charm, and a Taikai. All right, I'm gonna go through my SRs and look at the tiny. I get my magnifying glass out. I can't do that for all of them. I'm just gonna have to use my eyeballs. SR, 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 SR. Yeah, these are. Boy, maybe secret rares are so secret that you don't even get to know if you pull one. Yeah, okay. So, the box. Royal. Yeah, no ultra rare, no secret rare. So that's interesting. I like that they added more royals. The Lord Dargan was on eBay for 150, so I ended up pretty good. All right, well, I'm not going to complain, obviously, about the value of the box. But just pull rate wise, it's really weird. I wonder what the pull rate is on URs and secrets. I thought because URs, I think secrets are alt arts, but URs are unique cards, I think. Like the Judge Hog. And unique cards that are at a rarity that are less than 1 per box. I'm gonna be honest. That's some Panini level bullshit, which I don't think should be done in card games. If you have a rarity of card that has unique card effects at it, that rarity needs to be at least 1 per box, is my opinion. When it is lower, that is absurd for chasing, especially considering there are 8 URs in the set. You want your players, how many cases do you need your players to buy to get that like play set of the game? And that's like, that can go anywhere, right? Like for altered, it's like 1 case. I mean, that's a weird game because of uniques, but you know, it's like 1 case and you're good. There are other games that are like 1 case, you're pretty close, or 1 case, you're pretty good. I think Cookie Run, 1 case, you're going to get pretty close, maybe. You're probably still going to need URs, actually, with 1 case. But Grand Archive is like 3 cases. You're almost there a lot of the time. But it's really not that bad. Like 2 cases, you have almost, like, you'll have a lot of stuff. You'll have almost all the SRs. If I buy a case of this and I only get like 3, how many boxes are in a case? I wonder. Maybe they're 12 box cases. Whatever. If I buy 6, 12, whatever. I buy 6 boxes of Neopets and I only get 3 of the 8 URs. And I need a playset of them, which is, what is it? 3 or 4 cards in this game. That's so bad. If that's the case. So that's my criticism of that, is that there should have been a UR in that box. Panini and Fab in that Arnold and Carl Weathers meme. Yeah. Panini and Legend Story Studios making players buy 1,000,000 boxes in order to get cards that a chance at getting one of the cards that you need for your deck. Does the rules sheet here explain what you need to do to build a deck? I don't think it does. In Pet Bet Battles, you can have no more than 1 copy of a card. Scan for compiled rulebook. I don't know. Oh, here we go. No, it's right here. It's right here. No more than 2 copies of any equipment, food, legends, paintbrushes, and potions. Okay, so at least a playset is 2. It's funny that they did a playset of 2 for this and Rush of Ikorr, actually. That's interesting. Playset of 2 is weird. It's like kind of swingier. The URs are not 1 per deck, ZX, because this was the UR we got in set 1, and this is not 1 per deck. This would be limit 2 per deck. So it's just interesting. It's an interesting choice. Okay, before we move on to Rush of Ikorr is next. We're going to take a quick look at the deck boxes that we got sent, because these look really sick. Yeah, playset of 2, and that's the case in Rush of Ikorr as well. It's just wild. We'll have a lot less product to open for Rush of Ikorr, by the way, so probably still going to be done with this stream in about an hour 15 is my hope. All right. So, take a look at our deck box. You guys can see there. This deck box is pretty rad. It's got a little Aisha on the side. Same thing on both sides. And yeah, this is, you see these deck boxes all the time. This has got the magnetic, like, dice box here, which is really essential, obviously, for this game. It perfectly fits your dice. That's magnetic. It includes dividers as well, which is cool. I really like the purple on the inside, and then it does have this full artwork of the fairy. So yeah, I got sent a couple of those deck boxes The pink one and the purple one. And those are really nice. So yeah, really appreciate that. Not sure on the quality of these sleeves. Really? They are textured art sleeves, so I assume these are actually going to be like decently sturdy, a lot better than like Pokemon art sleeves or whatever, because these have a textured print to them, so they should hold up better in theory. But yeah, that's Neopets. Interesting game. Definitely like a fun game to mess around with kids for sure. As far as like competitive play, we know they had an issue at Gen Con that they had to do some balancing stuff for with a lockdown deck that was too powerful. I am not certain if pull rates are very favorable if you're looking for cards. If you play the game and want to play the game and want to build decks, definitely does feel like singles are going to be the way for your URs. The anniversary box is really fun to open. I like all those foils. I like the texture cards. I like the higher rates on these royals. I like pulling $150 cards. So that's all really cool. The foils improved from set 1 to 3 was another takeaway. In fact, we could compare set 1 Codestone to set foil to set 3 Codestone foil, and like it's kind of night and day. I like these foils a lot more. I like that they include the digital code cards for if you are a Neopets fan. Like, definitely seems like a great game for if you already were a Neopets fan and you just want to kind of enjoy the IP, collect some cool cards, get some bonuses for your online game. That all seems very reasonable. And the game's fun. It's got hot dogs. So if you just want to throw some dice and have a fun time, there you go. All right, moving on. It's Rush of Ikorr time. Neopets not on TCG Player. Oh, interesting. Interesting. They should get on that. So yeah, we had Obvious asking about Rush of Ikorr. So the real brief Rush of Ikorr is interesting. So this was the game. It's not like another IP. It's a new IP. It's not a licensed game. But it's not really. It's a weird IP in that it's like using historical factions. So there's like Japanese, Mayans, Egypt, and Greece in set 1. This is the game that you might know from the news like 2 years ago about Upper Deck and their lawsuit against Ravensburger, or against the designer of Lorcana. And yeah, that didn't, really stop Lorcana or anything. But I don't know any of the truth of any of that. And I'm not here to report on it or whatever. I don't have any clue what actually happened, but there was a lawsuit filed and then it was settled, I believe. And the lawsuit basically alleged that the designer of Lorcana took the design that they designed for Upper Deck and then ported it into Ravensburger for Lorcana. So what you're going to see with Rush of Ikorr is a game that has some stark similarities to Lorcana and also differences. And the game did not come out for like a year after that lawsuit. I don't know if changes were made to the design to differentiate it. I don't know any of that. I don't know what's going on. I'm not here to report on it again. But take a stand, coward. Nah, I won't. I will take stands on things. Don't worry. It's just not going to be on legal matters because I can't know what happened. So don't worry. There will be takes. There will be stands. So I played Rush of Ikorr at Gen Con to finally get a taste of it. I will tell you this. I could not stop calling Icore lore because there were definitely similarities to Lorcana. I kept calling raiding, questing, etc. The product here is the product that I got at Gen Con. I won my starter deck tournament. For my starter deck tournament, 3 of us showed up to the event, and there was 1 judge. So we were just going to play some best 2 out of 3 matches, like round robin. But then one of the players at our starter deck tournament said, hey, can we just do a 2v2 game instead? And I was like, whatever, I literally don't care. And then the other person said they didn't care. And that guy really wanted to play 2v2. So we sat down and played. And this was one of the most unfair prize matches we could have had for that tournament, because there were 3 of us and he wanted a 2v2 game. So the judge for the game, who had actually played Rush of Ikorr a bunch of times, obviously in preparation for judging the event, sat down as my teammate. And then the other 2 sat across from us. So he and I basically just wiped the floor, the other 2. It was so not close. It was totally absurd. We'll talk about some of the cards as they come up. We'll talk about some of what at least seem in starter deck games to be pain points that players might experience playing the game, because I don't think the player across from me, because when you play 2v2 in Rush of Ikorr, there's a line of sight thing. So I actually am basically, I have a teammate, but I can only play, I do things directly attack, or the characters, the units on the opponent across from me's board. The opponent diagonal to me, I can't attack their stuff. That's for my teammate to deal with, which is really interesting, I guess. It's an interesting way to do it. So the person across from me, yeah, Shinja, I bullied them so hard in that game. It was rough. But you know, the packs were on the line. And so I won my 3 packs at the end. There were just like 4 packs on the line, I guess. And the judge, so at the end of the event, the judge just grabbed a 5th pack just so there wasn't a player left out or whatever, gave me 3 packs, took none for himself, and gave the other 2 players 1 pack each. So I don't know. I kind of got carried / just bullied these other 2 players who seemed like really nice people, but that's just what happened. That was how the Icore crumbled, because it's not cookie run night, so we can't use cookie puns. And I got 3 packs from that. I got 1 pack from doing a demo. I got the starter deck because we just used sleeve starter decks, and they handed us sealed starter decks, which I think includes a booster pack as well. In this case, I felt like I read that somewhere. Yeah. So unlike the Neopets starter, this includes a booster pack, which is cool. So we'll have those to open. I have my Maya demo deck as well. I liked Maya a lot because Maya drew cards. Maya scried and drew cards. And then we have the box, and we're going to start with the box. We'll do the Gen Con stuff at the end. So the box that Upper Deck sent me as well. Again, thank you, Upper Deck, for sending this, so we have a chance to open things up, talk about it a little bit. Rush of Ikorr box. This includes... Let's see. Oh, let me show off the artwork and stuff, because this is actually pretty rad. We got our artwork in here. We got Greece. We got Egypt. We got Japan. We got... Oh, sorry. Wait, which one's which here? This is Maya. Greece, Maya, Japan, Egypt. Oh, yeah. I tried playing the Japanese in the demo deck experience, and I did not understand how you could win the game with the Japanese demo starter. It seemed impossible. It seemed so absurd. The Judge Taylor was just sitting on my side of the table. He was standing on my side of the table. The other 2 are on the other side. So he just sat down with me. There wasn't even like a roll off or anything. It was just, oh yeah, we can do a 2v2 game here. I'll just sit down right here and let's play. And I was like, cool. Nice. I win. It was ridiculous. Yeah, the art's really nice in Rush of Ikorr. I do think there's room for like a historically inclined TCG to exist. All right. Yeah, cool. We got a little pamphlet with some of this artwork again, which is sweet. And then it explains a little bit about the game, which is cool. All right, so inside the box we have. All right, this is a little funny. So we have the Greece starter deck. We have the Maya starter deck. We have. Wait, did I mix this up? Yeah, no, sorry. The Japanese starter deck. We have the Egypt starter deck. All 4 starters. Let's go. Good. We have 1 booster box of set 1 Shattered Chaos. And we have 1 pack of Dragon Shields. Black matte Dragon Shields. The most basic sleeves you can get. And that is because you must use sleeves to play this game. You must. You need to use sleeves. So they included black Dragon Shields for me to use. I like it. Yes, Satonis, you are on the right track here. 1 pack of Dragon Shields, which allows me to play with 1 starter. I could maybe do 2, right? 54 cards. Because does that include the resource cards, which you wouldn't need to do sleeved? I think you could sleeve 2 decks with it, which means you can play. I think you can. Like, oh, here, I'll crack open. We'll crack open Egypt because it's in my hand here. So, yeah, we get a booster pack. We're going to have to crack open all these because we got packs to open. We got packs to open, baby. I do think you could do 2 decks. Because we have, that's an influence card. Wait. This is why, by the way. We'll talk about these soon. These infusions. Why is this an influence card gray? Oh. Huh? Why are the influence cards randomly strewn throughout the deck? This is weird. Okay. All right. Okay. That's, yeah, I remember this now. I remember seeing this on someone else's opening video. I forgot this was a thing. I have to actually go through and sort out the influence cards. 1, 2, 3, 4 influence card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, this card's absurd, by the way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so 36, 40, because that's ISIS. That's our thing. Okay, yes. So 40, 10, 1. So when it says 54 cards, it is counting these. And what are these, you ask? These are infusions. These are why you must play sleep. So the Dragon Shield box that they send is enough sleeves to play 2 of these decks. So I absolutely could, if I already got my play in Gen Con, but I absolutely could have sat down and learned the game before I did the stream with the provided materials. I want to make that really clear. They did give me everything I needed. Infusions can go on cards of your choice as long as the pips match. So this can go on a 2-pip card. And it would add the ability to On summon, are we really doing this right now? Activate a location you control. Are we really gonna be like this? Man, I'm kind of tempted to just mess with my I might zoom my camera back in here. All right. Oops. Are we still okay? Yeah. All right. So there. That's better. That's more in focus. So yeah, this is how you do that. Yeah, Shinja, just camera things, exactly. So that is both a really cool mechanic and kind of a problem, because I have 3 of these. I put them in the sleeves, and now 3 cards are slightly bigger than the others. Now they told us at Gen Con that the solution to this was, at that event, they gave me a pile, and that's why I said I wish I had that box here, because I have them in my my eBay deck box. A pile of just blank inserts at that event that I could then put in my deck to make everything the same thickness, so I can't tell where the cards are, cut to the cards accidentally or something. But until you do that, that's probably what is going to happen. So that's interesting. I have heard that this rulebook is not the strongest, but I wanted to see if this information is in here. Infusions can be added to any champion with an infusion allowance value equal to or less than the infusion allowance. So it's not exactly equal to, it's equal to or less than the number of pips. That's called your infusion allowance and infusion requirement. If there is a 3 feather thing underneath this part, that is a unique infusion, so I can only have 1 copy of a unique infusion in my deck. So I am not sure how many infusions you can use in your deck. Oh, here. Any number of infusions. Okay. So let's open our first pack. Let's open a pack from the deck, because we have questions that we need answered here. We have questions that need to be answered about this pack before I can really start to talk about things. So we're gonna open our pack from the Egypt deck. We have a Scheming Vizier. We have a Komso. We have Norito. We have a Priest of Seth. We have Euthymedes, Red Vase. We have an infusion. Okay, and I think there's an infusion in every pack. Hopefully. Hopefully there's an infusion in every pack, because my question was, obviously when you build a deck, you can use any number of infusions. There is no cost to using them. So I get a starter deck. It includes a deck that I have to upgrade, and then it gives me 3 infusions for my 40-card deck. I still need 37 more infusions for my cards to be at the same level as someone else's deck, which is a lot of infusions. I will be opening 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20, 33. If I open every pack today, I still can only fully infusion 1 of my decks. My other decks, because of the infusions, the 3 infusions in my other decks, I can fully infusion 1 deck. Yeah, so since most cards in your deck is, I guess you won't necessarily need 40, because you will have location stuff that can't be infused. Yeah, so that's a good point. You're not gonna have all like champions that will be infused. But you need a lot of infusions. Infusions are a really cool idea that really would make the game very interesting. If you like the idea of infusions, you like this idea of like, I can create my own super powerful card effects, mix and match, then definitely look at that. But I think the execution has challenges that have to be overcome. And we already talked about several challenges that are available. Quickest Turtle says playsets are 2 ofs. Yep, just like Neopets. But the UR infusions are only 1 of. But yes, the pull rates for good infusions is awful, which is why flawed TCG. So yeah, flawed TCG is one that I think they might have reached out to me at some point. I can't remember now if they did. But yeah, that's another game that's doing the insert thing. Like, obviously, this infusion is, like, minor, right? Look at the top card of target player's deck. You put it on the bottom of that player's deck. But still, if you want several copies of that, you have to hunt them down. So there's Inari, and then we did get a foil uncommon, which is Cenote Sagrado, which looks really nice. This card looks cool. Yeah, the concept's awesome, Taylor. I agree. Like, I think the concept is very exciting. And then we got a pretty cool looking influence card here. A Mayan themed influence card, which is neat. It's weird though that the starter decks included foil influence cards. Maybe I can get foils in these packs. We'll have to see. But yeah, that's the breakdown. So, okay. So really quickly about the game. If you've played Lorcana, you understand some of the basics. There are a set of colors. Your deck includes 2 colors. Your colors are actually denoted by the avatar you choose. Oh, I believe that, Quickest Turtles. That's cool. So, for example, this is our Egyptian avatar, which has red and blue. Okay, and there's 6 colors, I believe. Your avatar has an ability that you just have access to throughout the game, and then a rush ability. So to win the game of Rush of Ikorr, you need to collect, it depends on the player count, because the game is actually designed for 3v3 play, as well as 2v2 play, and 1v1 play. But in a simple 1v1 game, it's the first player to reach 10 Icore wins. 10, which Lorcana is 20 lore. Rush is 10 Icore. I compare the two because it is very similar how you get them. You get lore, or excuse, I did it again. I won't stop doing it. You get Icore by raiding. I had to think about it. Raiding with your card, and you will be able to gain Icore equal to the number down here. So this guy can raid to get 1. This guy can raid to get 2. However, here's one of the big mechanical differences, and I actually really like this difference. When you raid, you will, well, there's actually like no actual exhausting, but you'll raid with the unit, and the judge there told us we just turn it sideways, so we know you raided with it. You're gonna place an Icore counter, which the starter deck included a set of these. So you're going to place a counter on the card. At the start of your next turn, you will gain that Icore into your pool. And if the unit is defeated or stunned or something in between the turns, then you will not gain that Icore. So your opponent kind of has a turn to respond to it. Now, yeah, so that's cool. I like that. Now, design-wise, the interesting thing is when units come into play, and again, I haven't explained all the rules because if you've played Lorcana or similar games, you get the idea. You're going to gain a resource every turn. Instead of having inkable cards, you have influence. You just are going to put a new influence card out on your turn. You spend it by flipping it, which is going to take the color off of it. See, this is active, this is spent. And then at the start of your turn, they unspend. So then you gain 1 influence per turn, and then spend influence to play the card. When a card comes into play, when a champion comes into play, it can raid the turn it comes into play, but it cannot, I almost said challenge, it cannot attack things the turn it comes into play, unless it has an ability that allows it to do it. So that's an interesting back and forth. You can actually, you can attack, so you can attack it. You can attack anything, I think, right? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So you can attack things that are awake or exhausted. There, you can tap or untap. It doesn't matter. You can attack anything that comes into play. You just can't attack the turn that your thing comes into play. The damage is persistent in this game, but it is really a little weird to me that you can attack your opponent's things immediately. Or not immediately, but you can attack your opponent's things when they come into play without them exhausting in this game in particular. Because in that 2v2 game we played, for example, I had set up, I don't know if they're in the Egypt deck. I might have to crack open the Maya deck to find them. I had gotten set up with some units that had the first strike ability, whatever it's called in here. Maybe it's this. It might be quick strike, actually. I was set up. Yeah, it was. I was set up with these spearmen that have, this is first strike, so it deals damage before it takes damage back. And I basically just locked my opponent out of the game because she only had units that were smaller for the most part, or the one bigger thing she played, I just traded something else into it and then first strike to finish it. And she just played units and then I killed them. If she tried to play anything, and if you can't attack, so you might as well usually just raid with them. So she played them, raid, and I would just go, cool, attack everything, kill your board. And then she started from scratch again, turn after turn, for a few turns until we won the game. Well, my opponent was just raiding. Or my teammate was just raiding. So, that was really interesting. That, I think, I'm going to assume was partially a starter deck experience thing. But I did feel like some cards felt absurdly powerful as well. Even the judge was telling us that the wheat farmer, seems crazy. Because this is a turn 1, 0/3 with 2 Icore that it can gain. And again, you can raid immediately when you play it. So this is 1/5 of the Icore needed to win the game. Or in other words, this is like if you play Magic the Gathering, having a 4-power unit, a 4-power creature with haste on turn 1. You just go, it's like a Vexing Devil, but it has haste, I guess. And it can just immediately start gaining the Icore you need. Now, it's a little different, right? Because they attack into it, it doesn't deal damage back. But 0/3 means all of your early drops, you're going to play like this 1/3 on turn 2. And you're like, cool, I can't attack with this turn 2. But maybe on turn 3, I can play something that on turn 4 I can attack with and kill the thing that has been raiding every single turn. The math was strange. I am not sure where this math came from on this card in particular. This seems wild to me. In addition, but probably to a lesser degree, this card, Swift Messenger, is a 3-cost 2/2 with haste, swift. So this actually can attack the turn it comes into play. making it the perfect follow-up to actually deal with the wheat farmer. Maybe they're balanced with each other in mind. I don't know. But if you have this and something else, then you can attack and get rid of the wheat farmer finally on turn 3. But it also has, when played, up to 2 target allied players, which includes yourself, draw a combined 2 cards. This is a 3-cost 2/2 haste draw 2 when it comes into play. Which I was like, okay, that's crazy. And if you played Lorcana, especially early Lorcana, you remember how badly card draw was needed? Am I muted? I should not be muted. Everything should be working. That's wild. All right, thank you guys. But yeah, you remember in early Lorcana how badly card draw was needed, because you would get to the stage of the game where if you didn't play in like set 1 Lorcana, if you didn't have the everyone pitches their hand and draws 5 or whatever, then you would just ran out of cards. You were in top deck mode. I do not know. Well, it doesn't matter if I respond, Kulakundis, because you can't hear me, but I don't know what's wrong. There we go. Okay, cool. You're back. You're nice. Yeah, Satonis, the combination of the influence deck should make cards less starved, but then also I guess we just have 3-cost 2/2 haste draw 2 as a card that anybody can play, because again, this is a factionless card that everyone can just throw into their deck if they want to. So that's wild to me. So my thoughts after my play at Gen Con with it, which was you do have a smaller hand size. That's very true. That's very true, Traveler. That's very true. But my thoughts after Gen Con was, at least in the starter experience, felt like a very big imbalance in certain cards, in certain factions, and it does feel like the infusion thing is going to really like ramp up the power level of these cards, and maybe cards like Wheat Farmer in the full constructed gameplay have more counterplay because of the infusions, because of all that. I do think it's asking a lot of players to get good decks together because of infusions. I think like infusions are another layer of stuff that you need to find to build a constructed deck that is a cost. But the reward, the benefit, is that the game has a really interesting building flexibility thing with the infusion system. The other benefits are, I think raiding is so much more interesting than questing. And people who watched my Gen Con video from, was it last year? No, 2 years. It had to be 2 years ago now. About Lorcana, know that I blasted Lorcana. I did not enjoy the Lorcana experience. I enjoyed Rush of Ikorr more, despite the kind of weird imbalances. Okay, Kulakundis, thank you so much for providing your insight here. Yes, Zeus seemed crazy to me, and Japanese Amaterasu seemed, I said this earlier, unplayable. Like, I literally could not figure out how to even do anything. Amias, this game just released, so it has 1 set. Part of the trickle infusions that can only be put on cards that are in general less effective than the Fabled Champions. Okay, cool. Awesome. I love that we have, thank you guys here. I love that we have some experts in chat here. Very, very great. I'm just going to be providing really like my experience, which was very limited with the game so far. So I really, really appreciate having that, and just let me know if I ever say anything that is like, oop, actually, that's not right. Yeah, Kulakudis, exactly. I was like, oh, cool. I want to play Japanese. The theme's so cool. Like, I want to do that. And then I look at my hand, I'm like, it looks like on turn 5 or 6, I can maybe start to do anything. So I'll just really quickly go through these avatars from these decks. We'll crack open the decks and just look at the avatars. Until end of turn, you may play locations in the champion zone. Is what Isis does in the Egypt deck. So Egypt had like a location thing, but I never found an opportunity to play locations because my opponent would play a wheat farmer. And I have to spend the first few turns of the game dealing with wheat farmer while my opponent is just playing more stuff to board. I felt like this was also very hard to play in starter deck. Not as bad as Japanese, but really, really difficult. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mention this, but the rush ability is that you can give up an amount of your Icore to get a powerful effect. That's really interesting too. I think that's a really, really interesting design space to explore. So I like that they're doing that as well. So Isis lets you skip. Okay, Great Period lets you skip the rush grind, but yeah, the base deck is so slow, and if your opponent plays Wheat Farmer, then what do you even do at that point? What, like, literally, what do you do? All right, so the Japan deck. We'll open this up here. Where's that tab? I agree, Travelin. It seems like we need more infusions. More infusions. And your starter deck should include all of the... Frankly, actually, if I can say something very bold, starter decks for Rush of Ikorr must include sleeves in the future. People are gonna buy this, take it home, try to play the game, and be unable to put their coolest mechanic in the game in their decks. Just put some sleeves in. I think there need to be sleeves in here. Okay, Amaterasu. Pay 2 until end of turn. When an opposing champion is stunned, deal 2 damage to it. So this is the problem, is that everything that stuns costs infinity million resources. I'm going to try and find one of the stun cards. Yeah, look here. So here's like, I think the earliest one that I found when I was playing was a 4-cost Norito. Choose one, either draw 2 or stun target champion. So it's like, sweet. My champion does something starting on turn 6. Which is it's a rough place to be in. All right. Where'd my booster pack go? Oh, here it is. Yeah, there should be some product, right? Yeah, it does seem like drawing 2 is really good also. So, you know. All right, so the pack in the Japanese deck. Amazonian Gladiator, Dogo Onsen, Benevolent Healer, Thunderbolt, Centaur Archer. We have a 1 in, what's it called? Influence or something? Infusion. Target ally champion gets +1 raid until the end of this turn on attack. Oh, okay. Interesting. Chichen Itza. Burnt incense ritual foil. That foil looks so good, actually. The foils look so good in this game, honestly. This is a white border game, and I don't even mind it. Yep, I don't think that's I mean, how would I know, actually? How do I know the rarity of the infusion? Wait, do I need my magnifying glass? Does it have, like, a rarity listed? Oh, it says uncommon. Okay. It does. It seems like it's slightly bigger. Why did my lo-fi stop? Oh, that's Christmassy. We don't need Christmas. We don't need Christmas. Okay. Maybe for starter decks, they should have cards with the infusion printed on it for ease of introduction. ZX, I don't hate that idea. I usually don't like white borers. I like them for troll reasons. Does that count? Okay. I also think infusions are a little awkward to like store and stuff. Rare and UR infusions are gold. Good to know. Hopefully we'll get one or more today. I believe 2, just like cards in the game. Yeah, unless they are unique infusions. Nice, Taylor. Deck checking sounds awful. Deck checking sounds so obnoxious for this game for judges. Oh my god, that sounds bad. Oh, the line work and art are gold instead of rainbow silver foil. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like they're always gold. Like they're always good to get. Yeah, Godspeed to the judges for Rush of Ikorr. That sounds like a pain. All right. So the Mayan ability is pay 2. The next time you cast a spell this turn, add it to your hand after it resolves instead of placing it in the graveyard, which is just a really fun sounding ability. It's a really cool ability. And then the rush 3s until end of this turn, allied spells cost 2 less to play. So it lets you ramp out like a giant board wipe or something. I know they have, maybe it's, hopefully it's at the end here. They have like a gigantic board wipe. They have Typhoon. Each player chooses a champion with the greatest attack, then retreat all of their champions. But they have there's like literally a plague wind in here. Yeah, the great end. Destroy all opposing champions. So, yeah. This is why I chose the Mayan deck. This deck is what I played in the starter deck event, and it's really, really cool. It's a really sweet. I have to say, also compared to Lorcana, I love having the leader. The leader being the 2 colors that you choose, and then providing abilities. Like as the game gets more sets, will be a really interesting and fun part of the game to explore. Rostos, do we know how many different infusions there are? Definitely something that one of our experts in chat might be able to answer. Travel said, everyone I've showed this game to sees the really pretty full art resources and sold on that alone. Wow. Impressive. I mean, they're cool. That's not quite enough to sell me on a game. 50 different ones in set 1. Let's get a gold infusion in this pack. Eloquent Orator, Jaguar Spirit, Yamabushi, Perfidious Counselor, Rising River. That's not gold. That's the same one that we got in the first pack, Foresight. Which is a common infusion, it appears. Got Heat Lightning. Deal 2 damage to each of up to 3 target champions, which is still not enough to kill the farmer on its own. But you could have played something on turn 2 here. So, you know, you'll get there. You'll get there. And we got a foil Yamabushi. Damn, that looks so good. Seriously, the foils in this game look so sick. Ultra cards are textured. Nice, nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got a foil resource, too. Sick. Yo, actually, though, this is like a Yuki Onna or something. I don't know. That's so cool, dude. This is really sick. That's legit. All right, all right. Actually, I take back what I said, Traveling. That is pretty cool. Yeah, this is dope. This is dope. Onryo, that card is with a certain infusion how you kill the farmer. Meta is built around killing the farmer. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, cool. Well, we have our Grease starter. Yeah, it's cool that they are full arts from cards in the set. I agree. I like that. So we have Zeus. Where is the... Okay. You give it Swift and it just keeps swinging into your opponent until everything dies. Is also a 4/3. Oh! That is actually crazy. That's actually crazy. Alright, and here's Zeus, who just has pay 2, deal 2 damage to a champion. Now, can you imagine sitting down to a game? You sit down to a demo game. This is your champion, which says on turn 6, you can deal 2 damage to something that gets stunned. And your opponent is starting turn 2. You can just deal 2 damage to something. Now, I get that on like turn 1,000,000, this can deal more than 2 damage because you can like play a card that's like stun all opposing champions or something and it deals 2 to all of them. But this is so absurdly imbalanced in the starter decks. What? How? Who thought of this? And the fact that in the starter deck meta too, just the fact that all you have to do is open any other 1 power, like 1 drop, and you can deal with Wheat Farmer immediately. That's, you know, that's wild. Kind of wild to me. So, wait, I might have mixed this all up now. I don't know what I did. I think I put Zeus. Yeah, this is supposed to be here. This is supposed to be here. This is Zeus's deck. This is here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how all that design got kind of figured out. But that's just the starter decks, right? So, well, and set 1 meta, kind of. But you know how it goes. Anyway, Death Wahi. Yo, this can destroy a farmer and then deal 0 damage to something else. Fierce Alex, a 1/1 with Swift. 1/1 that can attack the trigger as played. Take that, farmer. Get out of here. Go ahead, deal 1 to it. Like, why is the farmer not a 0/2? You know? Like, why? Okay, anyway. Oni Berserker. The Great Plaza of Tikal. Priestess of Zeus Olympios. Oh, man, I got excited because this is on a yellow card, so I thought it was gold. Oh, but this just gives your champion +1 raid, which seems absurd. Can you put this on the farmer? No. No. Say it ain't so. You can't. Okay. The farmer only has 1 pip, so the farmer cannot have that. Thankfully. Oh, it has to kill your unit. Oh, I misread the card. Destroy target allied champion. I did misread the card. Yeah, I see. Farmer just has 1 pip. Yeah, thankfully. So that's good. That's good. And then we got a Chalk Rainbringer, a 10 cost Fabled Champion. Summon, refresh target allied player's exerted influence. So it untaps everything when it comes into play, but 10 is crazy. Yo, that's cool. What is this now? We got a really sick foil. Got an interesting pattern on it. So not a textured foil, but it's got a cool foil pattern. Once per turn, when you would draw a card from a card effect, draw an additional card. What an effect for my 2-drop 1/3. What an effect. So how often do you get these pattern foils? Because that's a fracture foil. That's pretty cool. I like that. And can it just be anything in the game? Here, I better start sorting because we're going into packs now. Fractured foil, foil, and then we have rare, uncommon. Get my dragon shields out of here. Common, regular old influence. Fractured foil ultra rares, and those are 1 per case, 3 to 4 per box. Cool. Okay, nice. Yeah, the fractured foils are sweet. I'm a fan. Chichen Itza, regular old influence, Cenote Sagrado, Inari. These are our uncommons. Okay, so get things sorted out here. Last thing to sort out this pack as well. Okay. All right. Let's dig into our box and then we'll close it out with our Gen Con stuff. We'll just see if Gen Con was nice to me. But we're gonna dig into a full box now. No, Kulakundis, I really appreciate it. I was really hoping we would have someone who is an expert on the game in here to help answer questions because yeah, there isn't a lot of content. It's a game that has had pretty sparse, the security tape gets me every time. Pretty sparse kind of advertising and support so far, although it was nice at Gen Con to see that it was the main game Upper Deck was pushing, so it was on all the lanyards and everything. Okay, first pack. Act 1, Part 1, Shattered Chaos. All right. Yeah, I mean, there'll be organized play. It's Upper Deck, so yeah, it's just kicking off now. Don't know exactly like to what degrees all that stuff is. Forged by the Cyclops. I think we have a fractured foil in pack 1 actually of the box. The Sun Rises, Priest of Seth. We have a Leadership Infusion. Another target allied champion gets +2 attack on attack. Cool. We have Tomoe Gozen. Nice. I love a card game with Tomoe Gozen. I can put this right next to my altered Tomoe Gozen and then that one Kickstarter game that they sent me that never took off. Never got funded on Kickstarter. Had a Tomoe Gozen in that game too. All right, Tomoe Gozen. And then we got a Fractured Foil, Accomplished Architect, which is that seems like a mandatory card for Egypt, probably. Seems like a pretty good one. And a Influence. Leadership seems like a great infusion. Seems like the Architect was a good hit. Yeah, it's like I said, it seems mandatory for ISIS to play. Labyrinth of Crete, Sohei Initiate, Master Brewer, Onamusha, Skilled Stalker. We have a Zyston. Attack, deal 1 damage to another opposing champion infusion. We have Triton. Wow. 5 cost. On attack, choose 1. Draw a card. Heal 2 from target Greek champion. Retreat target champion. Crazy. Seems good. Seems like a lot of thing that he do. Foil Dogo Onsen. And we got this cool foil Mayan influence card. Yeah, I keep forgetting that there are other Egyptian avatars in set 1. I keep forgetting that. 20 avatars in the first set? Holy cow. That's more than I thought. What rarity are they at? Are we going to find those in some of our rare slots here or something? That's way more than I expected there to be. So that's really cool. Hungry Laestrygonian. Redolent Ambrosia. Koso. Oh, here's one. It's at uncommon. Artemis. Ritual Practitioner. We have a Favored by Osiris. Summon. Send the top 3 cards of your deck to your graveyard. Interesting. And we have Enlightenment spell. Until the end of turn, allied effects can target any player, champion, or location. That's an interesting ability. Star deck avatars are rare. Hit 3 to 4 in a box usually, plus you see foils, fracture cards. Think Icore will ever have Onsen promos like WeCross? We could only hope, Taylor. That would be incredible. We have a foil Anubis, Usher of Souls. That looks dope. Summon, all players send the top 3 cards of their deck to their graveyard, then void all champions in opposing graveyards. Okay. Interesting. And a non-foil influence. Yeah, that makes sense, Kulakundus. Seems like it could do some fun things in team. Ashigaru Gunner, Hoplite, Oracular Visions. I love the art on this card. That's sick. Osiris Reborn. Jaguar Champion. We have a Salt Block in infusions. Target player draws a card, then discards a card at random. Interesting. And then Mizuchi, Writhing River. Action, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Okay, more draw and discard. We have the foil Ashigaru Spearman. My guy that I bullied that player with. The 2-1 Quick Strike, baby. Love it. And, ooh, that's a cool influence. Damn, this influence has aura. This is crazy. Gunner is the best card in the game. That is Gunner the raid 1 or raid deal 1 damage. Yeah, raid deal 1 damage. Yeah, that card is crazy. Something to note is that yellow has a rare spell that is just better Yawgmoth's Will. Guys, can we stop? Just as TCG designers, can we all just stop printing Yawgmoth's Will, or at least stop putting it in set 1? Can we learn at some point from the games that came before us? Because there have been multiple games that have had this problem. Sumptuous Cacao, it says, if the infused champion is a warrior with 3 costs or less, it gets +1 attack, +1 life, +1 raid. Why would you print that? That's crazy. Holy. Wow. All right, we got the Brute. We got Observation. We got Clawstrike Warrior. We got the Great Plaza of Tikal. We got the Jaguar Wahi. Wahi. We have Foresight again. Look at the top card of a player's deck. Put it on the bottom of the deck. We have Achilles, Determined Glory. We have a pack. Camel. Foil. Let's go. It will store your Icore when your guys leave. And we have a Mayan influence. Yeah, no, that yeah, no, that seems crazy. The gunner seems nuts. Fierce Spearman, Cyclops Blacksmith, Royal War Chariot, Aristea. Yo, it's gold, baby. Let's go. Zulkin, the Mayan calendar. Summon if your allies control 2 or more Mayan champions, refresh to influence. Wow, so if you play a second Mayan thing, you just get to untap 2. Holy, this looks actually really sweet. That's cool. Well, good. I like Mayans. I wanted Mayan stuff. Yeah, it seems really good. Damn, that's really cool. We also got a Khufu Pyramid Protector. Gets the Great Pyramid. Again, seems very important for this Pyramid deck. 2 Mayans anywhere on board, right? So yeah, if you're doing a teams game. Yeah, that's cool. And a regular foil Diligent Scribe. We're going to draw all the cards, baby. That influence, that would be a really cool influence to have too. Yeah, okay, so I want to definitely say that I love this idea. This is the coolest. This is one of the coolest. There are a number of really cool ideas in this game. Like, really cool. Infusions are really cool. Printing, like, every card art as a collectible influence card in full art with foils in the set, that is a really cool idea too. These are great ideas. Fantastic ideas that Rush of Ikorr has. Like, seriously, I think that's so cool. Okay, Miko. Oracular Visions. Stargazer. That would be a great influence. Actually, though, like I mentioned this earlier, I would love these as influence. These are sick. Like, everyone's probably going to have an influence that they want to collect of their own, you know? And that's like that's great. That's just what you want to do. That allows people to really personalize their experience with the game. And I think that's something that is it seems like a minor thing when you're doing a TCG, but it's what really like gets people to lock in, you know? That's awesome. I hope we get that influence. I hope we do. O Memory of Fortune. Summon, prevent all damage that will be dealt to target champion this turn. Ooh, that's cool. Thoth, Thrice Great is our rare. Summon, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand, send the remaining to your graveyard. Foil, Jaguar Spirit. Target champion gains Swift until the end of this turn. Oh, look at this one too. This is so good, dude. This is so sick. Oh yeah, the Venomous Asp. Yeah, take that, farmer. Get out of here. Wow, this is cool. Damn. Good influence cards. The art is great. Art's fantastic. Yeah, very cool. Servant of the Sun, Curse of the Defiler, Accomplished Architect, Onmyoji Exorcist, Priestess of Athena Polius, Contemplate Impermanence, on death draw a card. That's a funny name. Got a Heat Lightning rare. Foil is Typhoon. Another sick influence. Damn, that's cool. That art is so awesome. All right. See you on. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in again. There's an 11-11 in this game that you can have your allies help pay for, and it's so good. Every time I played at Gen Con, the opponent would drop the Asp Swift and kill it immediately. Oh my god. Rough. Spearman, Funerary Priest, Blood Ritual, Pack Camel, Osiris. There's another Egyptian avatar. Millicard. Each allied player summons a champion from their graveyard with the rush. Whoa! That's a cool rush effect. That feels worth it. You get that early rush, and then you get to put out your, 11-11 or whatever. Well, that's really sweet. That's cool. Hamayumi, summon, deal 1 damage to up to 1 target champion. If the champion is a demon, destroy it instead. It's too bad the farmer's not a demon. Oh, Nobunaga! The ambitious himself, Oda Nobunaga. Whenever an allied champion destroys an opposing champion by battle, this champion gets +1 raid until the end of your turn. That's fun. That's cool. Now I see why we might infuse a Mill 5. Yes, I agree. I was wondering where that was going to come into play as well. Our second foil Yamabushi. Oh, there's that influence. It's not foil. Dang it. Ah, that's a good one. Ryujin. Okay. I will see, hopefully, maybe. Man, okay, I want to say this right now. I'm going to say this so it's on record. So, I obviously, Kulakundis, I don't know if you are someone who, is on the channel a lot, or you just happen to see this, we're doing this or whatever. I obviously just, I try to play every card game a little bit, and in this case, Upper Deck sent me this stuff. So that's the only reason why I'm really getting a lot of this, because our shop doesn't have a lot of interest who's spoken up about the game yet. But I'm someone who can be persuaded to at least build a deck and try to play a game a little more, or try to build a community for something. And there are so many things I really like about this game that would make me want to do that. But just for the record, for everybody out there, for anyone at Upper Deck who does happen to see this, the thing that does hold me back is it feels like access to the influence cards, or the infusion cards, is too limited. It feels to me like that's the hurdle, that's the roadblock in my head where I'm like, ugh, yeah, but then I'd have to deal with getting so many of these influence cards. I don't think in your future sets you should do 1 influence per pack. I think you need more in some way or something. It's fine if there are some that are rarer, but that is my personal criticism, and the biggest thing that is stopping me from going, all right, I'm gonna build a deck. I'm gonna go for it. So hopefully something to work on in the future, or to think about in the future. That's my take. Okay, cool. You just saw when looking for videos. Nice. Awesome. Well, welcome to the channel. Hope you stick around and enjoy some of the other stuff we do when we cover things. Tsukumogami, the Sagrado, Jaguar Warrior, Roaring Aegis. Summon an allied avatar's power costs 0 this turn. Oh, wow, that's kind of cool. That's a really neat infusion ability. We need an Ultraman unboxing. I did not have a good Ultraman experience when I demoed it, unfortunately. I doubt that the company wants to send me anything. Camazot's Deathbringer. Fable Champion. Reanimate. What is Reanimate? Is that Reanimate? Is that the thing where it comes back or something when it dies? Summon, destroy another allied champion with the highest attack. If you do, destroy an opposing champion with the highest attack. Oh, cool. At 4. He's got 4 Icore. Holy cow. I found it just very uninteresting. The demo was the least interesting game I played last year at Gen Con. And it wasn't very close. I assume the game gets more interesting and constructed, but it didn't work for me. Exacting Stonemason foil, and ooh, nice. That's a cool one. Another big aura foil influence. Oh, okay. So it's Ephemeral from Grand Archive. It's Finality Counter from Magic. Yeah, I assume in the full game it gets better for sure, but man, that was a rough demo. That really was. Fix, Laborer, Toad. We got a frog. Well, a toad, but close enough. We count it. Let's go. Enraged Minotaur. Ooh, X-Spell, Zeus's Wrath. Exert your remaining influence, deal that much damage. Cool. Yeah. Simple X-Spell. Ofuda of Binding. As long as this champion is on the battlefield, your locations cannot be targeted by spells or abilities. That's really funny that's Japanese themed, because it feels like Egypt would love that too. Because you could throw this on your dude, right? Throw this on your yeah. So you can throw this on your stonemason or your architect, sorry. Find the pyramid or find whatever, find the location you want, and then they have to kill this thing or they can't target the location with anything else. And otherwise they don't really care that much because he's just a one Icore, but seems cool. That's interesting. Interesting that there are champions that can't raid and also some that can't infuse. Yeah. Obvious though. I demo a lot of games and it was uniquely bad in my opinion. The demo experience was uniquely bad for Ultraman. Because the base mechanics of the game, look. Yeah, I can definitely do that, ZX. I can do that in a sec. I hate when content creators or just other people criticizing games or whatever, I hate when people compare games to War. They're like, when you think about it, this game is really just like War because you're just trying to have the bigger number than your opponent, and then you wait, like, that is so overly reductive and really serves no purpose other than to belittle a game, right? It's not a useful thing to do when you're analyzing a game, criticizing a game. It's not. Ultraman was the one demo I've done where I sat down and was like, I don't want to say that this game is like War, but the demo for Ultraman was so much like War that it was just, it was the only game I think I've played that was more like War was Bo Jackson's Battle Arena, because that's literally War at the base version, and then War with abilities at the later version. No, that's not true. Otherverse is also literally War. So there are a couple of games that literally are War, but I played the Ultraman demo, I was like, I'm sure the game gets better with more card effects, but man, that demo was rough. Man, it was not good. If I can peek behind the curtain, last year the people who were doing the demo didn't actually know how to play the game yet. Well, I followed the guide that came in the demo book, actually. I didn't get demoed the game at Gen Con. I didn't have time to stop at the booth for it. So I just picked up the guide and I did it from the demo included. So if I did anything wrong, it is on me. But it was myself and another pretty experienced TCG player, and we were checking everything and really trying to make sure we did it right. After playing constructed decks, it's so far away. Okay, that's really good to hear. That's really, really good to hear, everyone. Oh, Kulakundis, you work for Ultraman. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. So I'm sure it's different. I'm sure it is, and that's no, it's all good. It's all good. We're here for this. We had someone from Ultra Pro in earlier at the start of the stream for the Neopets, not Ultra Pro, sorry, Upper Deck here. For the start of the Neopets thing. Yeah, it's all good. I'm not mad. But yeah, I guess I would be open to checking it out again at some point. I know Red Zone Rogue really likes it. I know that he's been working with Ultraman, and Rogue and I do a lot of stuff together also. But it would probably be something that would be on another live stream right now, unless the company wanted to do a paid promotion video at some point or something. But yeah, no, it's all good. You don't even have to apologize. It's just how it goes sometimes. I could definitely see doing a video in the future that's like, I was wrong about Ultraman. You know, I can use that as a great springboard for that, or something. Opinions can change. It's all good. Anyway, Spartan Training Grounds. Whenever a champion you control deals non-strike damage to an opposing champion, deal 1. Oh, that's crazy. No, that's crazy. That's super cool. That's really good. Yo, we got a foil Osiris. That's sick. That's a sick foil. Can you get fractured foils of champion or of avatars? Because that would be really sick. Really sick. And we got this big old, yo, that's the snake jaguar monster. What's that called again? Shoot, that's really cool. I can't remember the name of that thing. Ooh, those are hot. Those would be hot. Yeah, that would be a really sick collection to have. Okay, Shipbuilder, Telepylos, Desiccate. Ooh, art style's kind of neat on that one. Kanich from Genshin Impact. Kanich is here. Kanich Ahau. Wait a second. Look, I don't know Mayan culture or anything. I don't know Mayan mythology, but literally I just now realized that in Genshin Impact there's a character named Kanich who has a dragon that follows around named Ahau. It's spelled differently than this, but oh my god, that's so funny. I had no idea that's what they stole the name from. Kanich Ahau. Satonis, look at this. Did you know that, Satonis? Yeah, okay, give it Swift. Target champion gains Swift, Quick Strike, and Fury until end of turn. Seems wild. That's funny. God, that's funny. That made my night, actually. Yo, we got another Spartan Training Grounds. And, fittingly, the Training Infusion. And if this champion attack this turn, draw a card. That seems really good. Seems sick, actually. We got a Fractured Foil here. Okay. We're hoping for a good Fractured Foil. It's a Typhoon. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. The old Japanese spell, Typhoon. And we have a pretty neat Influence. Yeah, use one of your units to kill an opponent's entire board. That seems right. I don't know. Kulakundis, you're making me want to be more excited about this game than I was going into this. I didn't know Kanich knew Chebelanc was Mayan. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Spartan Warrior, Troublesome Tanuki. Yo, if this was an Influence, this would go so hard. So hard. Kanich and Ahau or Thompson. Thompson here, off the ropes with the deep cut Mayan lore. This is so sick right now. Kanich and Ahau are two titles Mayan kings often took. The kin part refers to day or sun. Wow, the more you learn. You guys are here learning so much right now. Thanks to Rush of Ikorr, and thanks to our wonderful chat. This is incredible. No, honestly, because of you guys, this is one of the most, I feel like this is one of the most fun streams I've ever done. This is really, really great. Oh, did I pulled the Shibboleth? Which one is it? Is it that one? Oh, no, that's a Japanese thing. That was really sick too. I assume it's one of these. The sun. Does it related to the sun? I guess it could, maybe it could be that. I don't know. I don't know which one it is. I'm sure chat will catch up in a second. Let me know. Okay, Unrelenting Taskmaster. We have Gohei, destroy target spirit or yokai. That's very specific. That is highly specific. Niobe, Sulking Stone as a rare. All cards cost one more to play. That seems. Oh, the one with the 3-balled mace. Okay, hang on. The 3-balled mace. What? Oh, was it a foil one? Oh, this. Oh, yeah, it's a foil. Okay, cool. You guys are probably going to tell me that Shalonen is also a Mayan something. Oh, okay, there are lots of spirits. All right, fair enough. It's one of those things where, ooh, the foil asp. Look out, farmer. Look out, 1111. Yeah, that's one of those card effects that's like either absolutely worthless or like insane. Yeah, seriously, this has been such a fun stream. Having knowledgeable people in chat. I did notice, don't worry, I did notice how little chat was interested in Neopets earlier. Compared to this now, suddenly we got a lot more activity, a lot more excitement. Which is fair. It's how I feel too. All right. We have Heroic Soul. If it's your turn, an ally champion gets +2 raid until the end of this turn on death. Interesting. That could be pretty cool though. Overindulgence. Maya rare spell. Deal 1 damage to target champion for each influence you exerted this turn. If playing this card exerts all your remaining influence, repeat the first effect. So like, isn't this just this X spell, but like way better? Because you can just exert 4. At 4, you spend 4 for this, and you deal 8. Or 8 total. Versus 4 for Zeus's Wrath. Or, if you have more than 4, you can play another thing, then do this, and still get the full damage. I don't see how, I mean, they're different colors, but like, unless I'm misunderstanding this card, deal 1 damage to target champion for each influence you exerted this turn. I just don't. What's the situation where Zeus's Wrath, other than the colors being different, what's the situation where Zeus's Wrath does a better thing than Overindulgence? It just seems like there isn't. Well, sorry. First three turns. Yeah. Literally, brain just turned on. Zeus's Wrath is an uncommon. That's fair. It's just it's quite a stark difference. Purple benefits more from non-strike damage. Yeah, but in first 3 turns. You're right. But the funny thing is, first 3 turns, like if you're the Zeus deck, the second turn you would just play the Zeus effect. So it's really just first turn and third turn. It's a powerful card. Point is, it's a very powerful card. That card seems crazy. Here's a foil Mizuchi. That's cool. Yo, Colossus. Sometimes you just need 1 damage. Once you get to turn 4, though, man, that card is like miles better. Song of the Muses. Determined Meridel. Bronze Metalsmith. Rising River. Fully heal allied champions. That's curious. Starry Deer Crocodile. That rules. That guy is awesome. Garyon? Okay. Rubber Ball. When this champion strikes a champion and survives, draw a card. Fair. I would like to draw cards. Thutmose III, Beastbane. Attack. If attacking a beast, gain lethal and quick strike until end of turns. Too bad Farmer's not a beast. Ooh. That's sick. Fractured Foil. Joragumo. A yokai. Whenever this champion strikes a champion, stun that champion. Finally, we can stun something. 1 part of the infinite combo. Summon ally players and sacrifice any of your champions. Players refresh exert influence for each champion. Ah, yes. Turns out untapping lands is good. We have found that out. And another really sick influence. Yeah, I can tell that's the card you want to have in Amaterasu. Definitely can tell that. All right, Redolent Ambrosia, Determined Contender, Cyclops Blacksmith, Kitsunebi, Vision Serpent. We got an Experience. There's the +1 raid. And the Burnt Incense Ritual. Another copy of that. And a foil Blood Ritual. Quickest, very true. Use Yawgmoth's Will, 2 of the 0 drop that gives you an extra influence for the turn, and then Starry Deer Crocodile. You put the draw discard infusion on them and then mill them out. Let's go. We love a good infinite combo. Wahi Watcher, Eloquent Orator, forged by the Cyclops, the Vulture Wahi, Horus. Remove 1 Icore from a raiding champion. Take that, Farmer. You can only have 1 Icore. Rush 3, remove all Icore from opposing champions. Okay. Slow them down. Kind of a control-themed champion. Swift. Yes. Yes, let us just give things Swift. Ixchel can pull it off on turn 3. Cool. That sounds fair. Yes, we will just give our things Swift. Amit Soulgorger. Summon each player sacrifice champions until they have the same number of champions as you. Balance. We're balancing, baby. Foil Odysseus, the Cunning. Summon, deal 3 damage divided among any number of target champions. Whenever you destroy a champion by non-strike damage, draw a card. Nice. How many games have managed to create a sentence that starts? So the infinite goes, you play Yawgmoth's Will, and then way more than... I just don't get how designers keep putting Yawgmoth's Will in their game. Satonis, early UVS had this too. Early UFS had a Yawgmoth's Will too. This is a... Oh, yo, it's textured. Hang on. Hang on. You're right. I didn't even catch that. Yo, let's go. Nice. Oh yeah, this is a nice texture. It's real texture. Let's go. You are, baby. Kulakunis doesn't think a lot of Horus. Yeah, I mean, it does seem like a little weak. I can see that. And then a really sick influence. All right, cool. I believe that. Yeah, he seems crazy. We did pull Artemis as well. All right. Death Wahi. The Stone Mason. Oh, there's the Onryo. Yeah, that seems so sick. That seems so good. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, like, yeah, no, this is fair. That seems fair. If this champion is destroyed by battle, summon it from your graveyard on attack and give it Swift. Why? I mean, like, why? But also, I guess I kind of like that Rush of Ikorr is just like, I don't know, sure, just like do the stupid stuff. Just do the dumb things. Okay, that's fun. It is fun. Sword Hunt. We got a Favorite of Isis on a Great Pyramid. Look at that. How appropriate is that? Yeah, don't play 3 power guys. Yep, nope. See, if you just played farmers, you'd be fine. Foil Enraged Minotaur. So yeah, we got a good box, huh? Because you get ultra rares are not quite 1 per box. Come on now. That should be more secured 1 per box. Go ahead and break everything. We don't care. Have fun. Yeah, Kulakundis, there's a main deck Discord. Absolutely. Feel free to join us there. We got about, what do we have right now? Like I think about 1,500 people there. Feel free to hop on in. My links to everything are not super hard to find. My website right now, I'm rebuilding it, and I keep getting distracted by like my basement flooding and stuff. So, but yeah, you can totally join us there, hang out. I am a little behind on adding channels, so I have to add channels still for Rush of Ikorr, Gundam, Cookie Run, some other stuff. Oh yeah, just go to discord.main.games. I think that link still works. Discord.main.games. That link still should work, but if it doesn't, then you can also DM me on Discord at MainDeckDan, and I will I'll send you a link there. No worries. It's, you know, we're dealing with it. Hey, as long as insurance comes through, we'll be fine. It's just an inconvenience. Okay. War Mask Champions of Beast in addition to its other types. That's curious. And then here is the regular art Zeus. And a foil fix. And our last foil influence probably from the box. Looks like Achilles. Or, no, it's Trojan. It's a Trojan man. It's a Trojan guy. Who's the Trojan guy? Oh, Thunderbolt is literally just Lightning Bolt. Yeah, you are correct about that. That kills farmers. So, hey, Initiate. Royal Barge Dock. Serpapard. That's what they're called. Yeah, let's go. Love the Serpapard. That's sick. Serpapard. Inspired Bard. Minos. Ooh, that's a cool champion. Or a cool avatar. That is Achilles. Oh, okay. Was Achilles a Trojan? The horse is in the background. I just literally don't remember. Next time a champion you control would die this turn, add it to your hand instead. Well, that's kind of interesting. Choose a champion in each opposing graveyard and void them. If you do, allied players draw cards for each card voided this way. Allied players draw cards. Is that combined? Or is that like if I'm playing a 3v3, I banish 3 and then we... Well, why is there a Trojan horse in the background? Oh, okay. Just because he's in the Trojan War. All right. Fair. So is this everybody draws 3 in a 3v3 or we each draw? That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Holy. Infiltration. Retreat a location with an influence cost less than or equal to this champion's. All right. Location hate. And we got an Anubis. Foil Amazonian Gladiator. Ooh, we did get another foil. Hey, it's the artwork I used on the thumbnail. Let's go. That's sick. Four packs left here. Yeah, that's one of the craziest things to me about the design. Like designing it from the start for 3v3 is wild. But like, yeah, I like that'd be really fun to play. But it's just so hard to get players for it, you know? There's our Swift Messenger. There's Grand Shrines of Ise. Grand Shrines of Ise. Whenever I play draws your second card, you should heal 2 from a champ. Okay. Ooh. Ruler's Decree. We got another gold one. Other champions you control with the same loyalty as this champion have +1 raid. Loyalty is health? Is loyalty health? Oh, no, loyalty is gotta be faction. That's gotta be like their faction or something. Two unique. Other champions you control the same loyalty have +1 raid. Yeah, it seems good. Faction. Yeah. I figured it out. I got there eventually. Eventually. That seems sick. And then we got an Earthquake. Destroy all locations and remove all but one Icore from each champion. Interesting. See, that's the cool thing you get from the mechanics in this game. You get to like do interaction with the amount of Icore they're gaining. I like that. And a foil Deathwahi. And we got this influence again. Yep. Got the unique symbol figured out. I mentioned that to people earlier as well. All right. Gasha Dokuro. Skeleton Yokai. Devoted Militia. High Priest of Ra. There's that artist again. I like that artist. Centaur Archer. Priestess of Hecate. Yo, we got another gold? Hermes Lyre. Champions you summon. Champions you control get +1 raid until end of turn. More ways to get... Oh, the Bard. That's the Bard ability on whatever you want it to be on. Sick. That Bard seemed really good too. That's some pretty fast raiding. Ixwak Channel Ahau. Your allied Maya champions have +1 raid. This champion cannot be attacked as long as another allied Maya warrior is on the battlefield. Damn, more +1 raid. All the +1 raids. But you can't put an infusion on him, sadly. Goes on Farmer. It does indeed. Eloquent Orator foil. And we got our big man with the big rock. Yeah, Farmer has 1 pip. So you can have your 1. It is a unique one. So you can only have 1 in your deck, but you could have 1 of your 2 farmers can be Mega Farmer. See, these things they're so hard to pick up. Yeah, it's 1 pip unique. So that farmer can get 3 on turn 1. Gladiator, Onsen, Benevolent Healer, some trade skills, a disguised Shinobi, a Curious Relic. Draw 3 cards and put 2 cards from your hand on top of your deck in any order. Blessing of Osiris. Oh, there we go. That lets you play champions from your graveyard as if they were in your hand. Is that the one? Oh, because you technically can go off 3 because you can make it cost... Yeah, because you can make it cost 2 less by using the Rush. So you gain 3 Icore on the first 2 turns, and then you Rush, play this out turn 3, and you go off. Right? Because you get to wake them up when you play them out of the yard. I assume that's how the combo works, which is crazy. If so, that's just wild that any of that can happen. And we got a fractured foil toad. Let's go. Fractured foil toad. Shout out to Clem. Influence. All right, last pack. Yeah, they don't exile. It's like we've played games before, right? We've played games before. We know what happens when we don't exile the thing. Yeah, it's a 1-cost 2/2 with reanimate. It actually does seem crazy. It can't raid, but like, what an aggressive guy. Priestess of Hecate. Pharaonic Guard. Shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! We have a Pharaonic Guardian here. Attack, deal 1 damage to another opposing champion. The Zyston again. And then we got the Orochi. Yamada no Orochi. Stunner. Stone Cold Stunner. And a foil Zeus's Wrath. Everyone knows it's my favorite card. Toad needs a ban? Oh my god, poor Toad. Ooh, I like that influence too. All right, so that was the box. Box seemed pretty good. Oh, sure. That'll make sense. We still have just a few more packs left. We're going to open my starter deck, and then we're going to open my prize packs from my Gen Con event where I got to win for no reason. Oh, man. I wish Toad needed a ban, though. All right, fair. First, this is from the starter deck. We just cracked open the second Mayan deck that I had. Ah, I thought so. She seemed cute. So, the starter deck that I got from the starter deck event will award us with a little hoplite. Song of the Muses. My favorite, Zeus's Wrath. Trade Ship Captain. We got Roaring Aegis. An allied avatar's power costs 0 this turn. Again, okay, that was a neat one. And then Heat Lightning seems like a good card. And we get a foil Vulture Wahi. So nothing too exciting here. And well, except we got the double Vulture Wahi. Look at that, the Vulture Wahi influence. So that's kind of cool. She's a red champion that stuns everyone 3 costs or under on summon. Oh, yeah. That's too bad that Amaterasu can't use her. All right, and then let's see what I was favored by the judge. Let's see if he favored my packs as well. The judge provided me with, well, one of these was from the demo event, but I can't tell, so we're just going to assume they're all from that. A Venomous Asp. A Sagrado. We have... Oh, I was so favored by the judge. Look at this. We got a House Headdress. This champion cannot be attacked as long as you control a Maya champion. Wait. So if I put this on a Maya champion, it just can't be attacked? That's it? I would do that. I would put that on a Maya champion. Cool. Please don't interact with me. Please do not. I don't want to be interacted with. We got another Thoth. We have a Fierce Alex. The 1/1 Swift foil. What a Maya pack. This pack is wildly Maya. That's just a 1-pip too, so literally anyone can use it. Anyone who can use any infusion. Needs to secure Icore. Okay. Yeah. Sounds really good. Our second pack. The Toad, Joragumo, Glimpse of Olympus. We got Ophida Binding, another Tomoe Gozen, and we got a foil Priestess of Athena Polius. And we got this influence again. No, Wheat Farmer is not Mayan. I think it's like Egyptian or something. Hunhunapu. Oh, okay. Pikachu. No, Pikachu died. All right, third pack, second to last pack. Third pack from the Gen Con prizes. There he is, Hunhunapu. Return a Maya champion from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, cool. So you finally killed it, huh? Interesting. You finally found a way to kill it. Well, it's coming back. And now you can't attack it again. Rush 3, search your hand, deck, or graveyard for champions named Hunapu and Shebalank. Summon one of them and add the other to your hand. I like it. I like it. And I like that I got a champion in these packs because I want more. We got a Lotus Amulet. Sacrifice this champion. Gain influence equal to its raid for this turn only. That could go pretty crazy. That could definitely do some dumb stuff. Blessing of Isis. Activate a location you control. Another foil Death Wahi. And a cool foil influence. Is that Blood Ritual? Is that one right? No, Blood Ritual is different. Okay, but it's cool. Cool foil influence either way. Yeah, it makes sense. That one definitely needed to be a 3-pip. Last pack. What if we pulled another UR? Oh, Cyrus's return. Oh, that's Egyptian? Oh, I see it now. Yeah, sure. I see it now. The Spearman, the Scribe, the Stonemason, Vulture Wahi, the Sacred Game. We have a Foresight and a Great Pyramid. We've got like 4 Foresights today. And not a UR, unfortunately, but we did get a foil rare. Chalk Rainbringer foil. Cool. And then, we got the Shebalank again. All right. So we ended this with an Odysseus, UR, and 4 golden fusions. 4 golden fusions. Get my infusions all in a little infusion pile here because I don't know what you're supposed to do with these things. Do you just put them in a binder and have them kind of like fall out? Do you put cards behind them so that they are not going to fall out? And we also had 5 fractured foils. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 foil influence. There we go. That's Rush of Ikorr. So I hope you all enjoyed this this look. This was a pretty long stream here. Oh, show sleeve him. You're right. I did say I was gonna do that. Yeah, I mean, sure. I've got Dragon Shields here. I'll just crack open a D shield. Okay. So we'll take let's see. What do we want to We'll take the, well, actually, we'll take the toad. We'll take our fractured foil toad. And what are we going to put on our toad? The toad is Mayan, actually. The toad is Mayan. So we'll just give the toad the Zolkin. Because it'll look cool. All right. So there. I have sleeved it. It's not like perfect, right? But it's pretty close. And that's what your sick Zolkin Toad Wahi fractured foil looks like. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like, okay? This is the apex. This is Zolkin Toad Wahi. Yeah, so I talked about that a little bit, Kulakundis, earlier. I did get the blank ones from them at Gen Con. And yeah, it seems like that's the plan. I mean, honestly, this looks pretty rad. This looks really cool. I don't think you can tune into this stream, look at this, and go, that game looks dumb. Because this is a fractured foil toad with a Mayan calendar on top of it. Oh my god, yeah, because if your allies, so if you have the 2 Maya champions, it refreshes 2, dies, and refreshes 2 more. Oh wait, you can do really dumb stuff with this. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. This is yeah, this is top tier. Top tier Zolkin action. All right. So that's Rush of Ikorr by Upper Deck. A game where we found throughout the night too, lots of things to be excited about. Definitely some things to be a little critical of. I think appropriately critical of. I would like them to work on their starter balance. I would like them to figure the sleeving issue out, like solve it, right? Like do what a company like Weaves of the Shore would do and just say, this is the optimal way to do this, so that's the way we're going to do it, and figure it out. I would like them to do that. They do need to continue to market the game a little bit as well, because the problem is I open all this stuff, I go, this is so cool. All these things are really cool. But it is going to be a little tough to get the store going on it. And I would like them to make infusions more available. I don't want to have to hunt down the cards I need and the infusions I need. I don't want that to be like double the stress. I would like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just would like to have if I open enough product, and maybe it is true. Maybe if I open like a case, I've got kind of 2 of everything. Other than the uniques, maybe it's not so bad. Because I did open I opened a chunk of unique ones. King, yo, welcome. You made it just in time. Yeah, our sick pulls are out here right now. We got this textured foil UR Odysseus. Oh, URs need to be guaranteed 1 per box. Come on now. I think just right now, I mean, there's other TCG's channel or TCG Flex are the places to show off cards depending on how you're doing. And if you're just like, these look really cool, but if you want to talk to people about the game, just other TCGs is where it'll fit right now. I could always add an Ultraman channel too. It just, yeah, like I said, I'm behind on adding channels for sure. Each one has different texturing. That's really cool. And you got 5 of these fractured foils, which look really sweet. And the toad has one of our really cool infusions on it. Yes, King, I did. I talk about it earlier in the stream, so watch the VOD. At the start of it starts at about probably I think around the 2.5 hour mark. I'll start talking about my experience playing Rush. And then if you watch through our opening, you'll hear a lot of cool info from people like Kulakundis who are in here giving us solid info. Yeah, I'll make sure to get those channels added Not tonight because it's late. I really need to go to sleep because I have to come back here in the morning to work. But this week I'll try and get caught up on channels, get everything added. But yeah, King, if you watch the VOD, I'll talk about my experience earlier playing the game. It's just because I have a lot to say and I can't go over it all again right now. But over like just the really, really brief version is that, yeah, I did enjoy the game. I did note a few things to be a little critical of. Yeah, the infusions get layered on the cards, just like this one, like this toad here. So the toad has the Mayan calendar, and now he's super powerful. He's actually like probably really, really good. You get URs a little less than 1 per box, it sounds like. So we were lucky to get this cool Odysseus. And you get about 4 fractured foils, 3 to 4 in a box or something maybe, which are really neat looking. And then you get some amount of these rare infusions. You have the rare ones that are gold, and then the regular ones that are just this silver rare rainbow. And you can put them on things if they have the same or less pips on them. So, for example, these both have 2, but this guy only has 1, so it limits which infusions he can take. The art is super good. You have a mana deck in this game, like your influence is in a separate deck. So when you buy a starter deck, it'll give you just like these basic influences. They are foil, which is cool. And then you flip them over to use them, so they show like they're depleted by being gray. But in the packs, every pack includes an influence card, and the influence cards in the packs have art from different cards in the game in this full art form. And you also can get foil versions of those in here, so you can collect your 10 favorite influences and deck out your favorite deck with cool foil influences. So all that's really cool. Lots of really cool things. Lots of things I really like. What if infusions were just perfect fits? Yeah. What if they were what's the company that does those, like, started primarily for Magic, Altar sleeves? So there's a company called, I think they were just called Altar sleeves or something, and they would print on perfect fits, so you could alter your cards by putting them over them. That would be awesome, because then you can then Ultra Pro could just, not Ultra, sorry, calling them that. Upper Deck could just sell blank perfect fits. Or not sell them, include them with the starter. I'm sure the next starter decks will include something, but like, then all your cards are just automatically double sleeved, which is cool. And they would fit real snug, real nice. I would like that too, but then they can't put them in booster packs as easily is the problem. So it would have to be a different solution. It would be cool, but it would have issues too. Some boxes can have as many as 3 URs in them. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, that's probably true. They probably would wear out. I mean, I don't know. Perfect fits don't really wear out unless you're only using perfect fits. So if you just sleeved everything in the perfect fits with the infusions, they would definitely wear out. I don't think in sleeves they would, but who knows? Obviously, what I need to do is sleeve my Rush of Ikorr deck in my Neopets sleeves and put it in my Neopets deck box. That's probably the best thing to do. Cool. Well, great stream, everyone. That was a ton of fun. Thank you all again for tuning in. I think I do need to close this out. I need to clean up in here because my coworkers are going to do their whatnot streams here starting tomorrow. King Icore is Ambition 5, Experience 3.5, Confusing Decisions 6 out of 5 for some confusing decisions that they make. But ZX, I should be able to start getting some content out this week. I've confirmed that my studio computer works, so I can do my editing. I have a GA video that I am halfway done editing on that I'm going to at least try and finish that. I'm going to try and get my Gen Con review video up as well. But I probably have to record that here and then edit it there. So it's a little complicated. I'll be trying to get it. Kulakundis, thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Really appreciate it. King, yeah, you'll get my review of Icore on that video as well, wherever I place it. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks for chatting tonight. We had a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. King, thank you again for the super chat. Always appreciate when you swing in and show me that love. So I was trying to make sure to stay a little bit here, talk to you a little bit more. Yeah, things have been a lot better than expected. Yeah, we'll see you there, Kulakundis. Thanks for joining. Here are all the foils I opened, by the way, too. You're going to see some more of the art here, King. The art is super good. We did get a foil avatar, which is really cool. Your deck's going to have one of these. We got Osiris. Artwork's just great across the board. The foils look super sharp. Everything looks really good. It's a cool game. There are like 20 different avatars that you can build decks around. There's a lot to like. There really is. But yeah, that's going to do it for tonight. So I'll see you guys around. We don't have any more live streams planned right now. I will try to get more up at some point. Like I've said, stay tuned for when we do get the studio rebuilt and back in there. I want to do live streams on a regular basis of doing card sorting with other people, chatting with them, chatting with some of our locals or other main deck members about things. Those should be a lot of fun to tune in for. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the super chats tonight. Really appreciate all that. Hope you guys have a great one. We'll see you around real soon. Bye. Have a good one.